What is going on, Casually FC? Welcome to another installment of the Casually Chelsea Show. I am your host, Marshalldbdx, accompanied with my panel of Ahmed, Oliver, and Real Chris. And we got a pretty good show for you. But before we go ahead and start, as usual, the admin stuff, make sure, if you haven't already done so, wipe your feet at the floor, smash that like button, as it does help us tremendously with channel growth and engagement. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new to the channel, because we are 9 subscribers, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 subscribers from hitting 2,000 subs, and that is a big milestone for the channel. So by all means, big up yourselves for supporting us throughout this journey, and let's get that 2K. Let's hit it strongly, and let's go on to 3K from there. But let's go ahead and hit the 2K first. Thank you so much, and then we'll have a nice special celebration for you guys. I mean, you can keep clapping. You can do it, man. Make sure to smash the bell notification as well, so you are notified whenever we do go live, if we ever decide to go live outside of the Wednesday and Sunday schedule. But also be sure to leave a comment down below. Check out the links in the description. And by the way, if you are a member, we got some fresh emojis for you. And we are also one brand new member away from unlocking another emoji slot. You'll get some new emojis as well. But yeah, guys, check out the newer emojis that I put in there. Have fun with those. And yeah, let's go ahead and, 4 different tiers starting at 99p. So it's a very affordable membership, and it does help us out tremendously. But thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Let's start off with the first bit of news, which is the stadium progress. So we got some news today about more progress towards expanding the stadium. So let's start off with this tweet from Jacob Steinberg. In Chelsea's hopes of redeveloping Stamford Bridge, the Board of Trustees for Stoll, the leading provider of supported housing for veterans, has agreed in principle to sell the majority of its Sir Oswald Stoll Mansions site in Fulham to Chelsea FC ownership group. The deal... Hold on, I just fucked up my thing. Okay. The deal was agreed in principle and is subject to further resident consultation, which will run for 9 weeks from July 19th. The next bit of details on this we have right here. So this is a visual of where we just got more area to expand the stadium. Land area. Chelsea will now own the red covered area. Hey, you see? He said area. He said area right there. So we're gonna expand to this area potentially.
Why can't we just take the whole lot?
Because people live there, Chris.
Yeah, what?
Bro, what are you talking about?
We're taking most of it already.
No, that section. I'm trying to remember what this is. This is the first.
It's the mansions, the Stoll Mansions, whatever. They have residents there.
No. No, because I'm thinking about what is over there. That's what I'm trying to think about, because I know this area quite well. So. Yeah,
let me continue on. I'll save this. We'll come back to this.
Yeah, because that section that's next to that bit is essentially, I think, the shopping centre, and where the Fulham Underground,
gotcha.
Fulham Border Station is.
Breaking. It is understood a stand-by-stand rebuild of Stamford Bridge is seen as the least attractive option. It is felt it would take too long and not being a world-class stadium. The favored option for supporters would be to demolish Stamford Bridge and rebuild in SW6. It is estimated a rebuild would take 5 years, which means Chelsea would have to find a new temporary home. Sheesh, that's a long time.
That's not surprising.
Yeah. The cottage.
We knew all this already.
Yeah, it's not surprising. We knew it was going to take a while.
I wanted to be a Wembley,
though. A while though. Then we have here Chelsea have not made a final decision on their redevelopment plans for Stamford Bridge, despite agreeing a €50 million deal in principle to buy a piece of land next to their stadium. Sources close to the process have stressed that Chelsea buying the land will not automatically mean they build a new state-of-the-art ground at Stamford Bridge. All options remain on the table, and the club have not ruled out a move. All right, let me go back to this tweet right here so we can get a visual of this. But yeah, I mean, we're making progress, which is good, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We're gonna get the stadium rebuild we've always wanted. We need it for the club. There needs to be more revenue going into Chelsea. Chelsea are too big of a club to be capped out at, what is it, 40,000 the capacity of Stamford Bridge?
43, 44.
Somewhere around about that. It's
Yeah. It's too small, man. We should be
Aston
getting
Villa
like
big enough.
70,000, 80,000. You know, we should be up in those numbers. So, and I understand, like, with all the infrastructure around, it is a very complicated situation. But we're making progress, ladies and gents. We are making progress. I think from what I heard, it is, Ahmed, you can confirm this, but this is a residential area, and it's a matter of like getting approval and eventually.
No, they own they basically agreed a deal principle with the people that own the land there, or the lease of the land essentially over there, and then they're gonna buy the lease off of them, and then they can do whatever they want. But again, yeah. So
EE, thank you for the membership, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but EE, thank you for the membership. We do appreciate it. You guys will get a new emoji. I got you.
So obviously they have to. They're just gonna write up the contracts now, then to get it all signed up. But then after that, there's obviously old people who are living here. So it's gonna probably take a bit of time for them to be moved on, if you know what I mean. Because like there's actually quite a few care homes that or old people like stay like with their own house, which they can go and live in and around the area. So it's quite common.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Are you excited that we're actually gonna get this new stadium a bit sooner rather than never?
It's not sooner.
5 years is a long time.
Listen, I say sooner because at the pace we were going at with Roman, it was never.
I mean, to be honest,
Roman was trying. He was actually trying. The pitch owners and everything was like making a fuss. Like Roman was definitely wanting the biggest.
No, Chris, it wasn't the pitch owners. Like they, as long as they stayed on the site of Stamford Bridge, the pitch owners don't care.
Yes.
And Roman had a stadium proposal, but he withdrew it when his visa got denied.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, that like he was getting denied coming to the country and all that as well. That's a big issue. But like he definitely wanted a bigger stadium. He did, but he just couldn't get it done. But now we are finally getting one. I like when Roman had the stadium design. I actually like that design. It looked pretty good for me. But Navy Everly didn't like that, but I liked it. But I'm not sure with our new design what that's gonna like. So. I'm actually happy we are. I just hope we move to a good stadium while we get this stuff made and all that. So yeah.
Is this gonna be enough room though? Is this gonna be enough land? Are we gonna need more? So is this like just one purchase of many that need to happen?
We can listen. At the end of the day, it depends on what the engineering wise, what they plan to do, how they plan to maximize the land that's already there for their use essentially. So it really just depends, really. Again, that's all I'll say.
I'm sorry.
Like you can't really, because the front part of that place, for example, that's like private land. That's like owned by people. So you can't. So it's gonna be very hard to buy.
This part here.
No. I'm talking about in front of all over. In front. Well, no, number 2 is the whole section. Yeah, it's private land. Yes. So it's owned by quite a few wealthy people. So I don't know. It's gonna take you quite a lot of money to buy those ones.
We spent 100 million on Lukaku. Sure, we can spend a bit of cash over there.
But no,
we're talking billions here, Chris.
Yeah, can it cost billions? Oh yeah.
But what did Spurs cost?
Spurs actually went over our budget because it was only meant to cost 700 to 600 million, but it went because they took too long. It cost them, I think, almost 800 to 1 billion. But but again, with us, it shouldn't cost. It should only cost us 700 million or like 600 million to rebuild. If you start from scratch, demolition-wise, it's going to be easy to demolish. The land you're building on is London clay. It's not too bad to build upon anyway. So it's like one of the best soils to build on. So at the end of the day, man, just make sure it gets done. Still got to do planning permission. We still don't know if the club have a design chosen by an architect. Have they chosen an architect? Have they chosen a design? Have they then chosen who the civil engineers are going to be? They're going to be helping the project happen. Have they then chosen who the construction workers are going to be? Then there's the matter of the rules and restrictions they may have to face when building the building. Some particularly in the area they're in, probably we're looking at a 9 to 6 p.m. Working shifts to be possibly happening. I would assume because of the fact there's like people who are sleeping.
There's a height restriction as well due to a line of sight.
Exactly. So there's a lot of stuff that you need to. There's a lot of stuff you have to think about when you're doing this sort of thing.
What did happen with this? Because I remember this. Earl's Court. Yeah, what happened to
that? Again, we couldn't move there because remember we can't because the pitch owners own the land. A and B. If we move over there, we lose the naming rights to Chelsea because the pitch owners own the naming rights to Chelsea.
Bring him
Yeah.
over, Alex.
Yeah, Alexa, stop. It's not about cheap labor and everything. It's not. Honestly, it's not about cheap labor. A lot of this stuff is not to do with cheap. It's not to do with labor. It's a lot of it is to do with like the laws and then there's stuff. Then obviously preparation and everything, which takes a lot of time when boarding a lot of these large scale stuff. Like I can tell you from experience. Like this building, like these new high rise buildings takes roughly 3 to 4 years, or even 5 at times. That's from just the start process to like the end process. Like the building something doesn't take usually that long. It's about the stuff beforehand, which takes a lot of work. That's the paperwork section, the planning, the engineering beforehand.
Sweet Dukes, I can anyone attest to this? Because I don't know.
We did Battersea Power. Roman tried to do that. Tried to buy Battersea Power Station before it got changed into that high end mall. Not a mall. What do you call it in thingy in the UK? It's not called a mall. It's called a shopping
plaza.
center. No,
shopping center.
center.
Okay.
Yeah, because now it's like a high end shopping center full of like Gucci, Versace stuff over there. I go there usually, but it was meant to be like a stadium for Chelsea, but Roman decided to not buy it because the pitch owners made a fuss and round, but they owned the naming rights to Chelsea. So
that's why Rory hates Roman.
Yep.
Because of that situation.
Yep.
I wonder if you like some new owners.
Big up, Steve. Thank you for the $2 super chat donation. If you didn't hear me or if you didn't see the chat, oh, there he is. Right, big up, Steve. Welcome,
Hey,
bro.
man, big up, man.
Good.
Big
What's
up,
good?
man.
What's good? What's good?
It's good, man.
Hey, man, we're getting a new stadium.
Nice.
Can I just answer a quote firstly? Engineering is not architecture. You have to have the architecture and then you do the engineering afterwards. That's what I just said literally.
Yeah.
You have to architect has to first of all come up with some sort of idea or plan for what the stadium's going to look like, what are the surroundings going to look like, because like it's not just going to be the stadium like this, because remember we've also got like hotels here, some other stuff that's also going on along here. So it's after that it then goes to the engineers. So a pre-construction engineer, for example, is it a viable build? Do we need to make tweaks to the design? There's a back and forth that then goes on there, and then afterwards it's planning permission. Then it's about bringing a construction worker. Usually it's someone like the engineering company might know already, where they can have a discussion and make a deal. And then there's leases that need to be signed, contracts, tender contracts, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure competent when it comes to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Ahmed, you said a lot of things. I'm just happy. I'm just happy it's happening and there's progress being made, and we're eventually gonna get this done. And it thinks it's gonna take 5 years. I don't know what the plan is for Chelsea for those 5 years.
Remember, Marshall, though, there was a report earlier before this that said that they're hoping that the stadium can be done by 2029, 2030. So it's in line with what they believe is probably going to happen. Because
I just think Craven Cottage or we're gonna have to suck it up and do Wembley. Oh my god! Imagine.
I don't think it's gonna be. I honestly don't think it's gonna be Wembley. I'll be real with you.
Wembley seems too far out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Give us Wembley.
How far is Wembley from Stamford Bridge?
So
I never go to London no more.
No.
Like,
So
you can go to
basically,
Wembley.
yeah. 1 second, Chris. Kalma. Literally from Fulham Broadway to White City, and then from White City to Wolsden to Wembley is probably a half an hour, 45-minute drive in London.
Oh, well.
Traffic.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Exactly, they're dramatic.
But London traffic. But again, that's not including the London traffic. That's not including that stuff.
45 minutes tops.
Isn't there a train that goes through there too?
No, Overground. Overground can go there. I think Overground can go there. Yeah,
there's a transfer, right? You can do from underground to
Yeah,
overground.
45 minutes. See?
Yeah, right. See, it's 45-minute stop. So
I mean, it makes sense to just do Wembley.
I've just googled it.
Wembley, man, it's an amazing stadium.
Might as well just do Craven Cottage. Why not just do Craven
Fuck
Cottage?
that
Same size. When literally, I don't.
Is it the same
too.
size? Is it 40? Is it a 45?
Yeah, it's about-
No, I thought it was 30.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's roughly the same size. Honestly, we're gonna be there for a temporary bit.
Yeah, so you gotta fucking do Wembley.
And also, the thing with Wembley, but literally, it's gonna have no atmosphere, bro. Like, let's be real, man. We're not somewhere where we can provide that atmosphere, and that's Wembley, and that's
It's not like there's much of an atmosphere at Stamford Bridge.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, after the season we just had.
Based off what when it's Champions League, I think the best atmosphere I ever watched, y'all, was against Barcelona in the Champions League in like 2017.
This guy, man.
That was what's up.
I was gonna say though, guys.
Teach me how to doggy. Teach me how to doggy.
Doggy or Dougie? I'm looking at Craven Cottage though. It's only 25,000. It's not 40,000. It's less.
Yeah, I told you it's 30,000 or yeah. Like, I was right.
By the way, the reason why Abramovich didn't want to go had to move, he didn't want to build the stadium under 60.
Are you
If
in a
you stay in it-
helicopter?
What?
Looks like he's
Are you in a
I think he's in
helicopter?
No, he's in his
Yes.
car.
van.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
So full.
Fucking
No,
piece
I'm
of
not
shit.
in the helicopter. I don't.
I believe
I'm
it.
not a fly medic anymore. I used to do it, but I don't do it anymore. I'm afraid of flights.
Oh, yeah, true. I forgot about
Why
that.
are you laughing? You don't think you don't believe me? You want me to send you
He told us the
pictures?
story. He
I'm
told us the
surprised,
story.
bro. I was surprised. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. That's why I'm very surprised. That's why.
Believe me, every time you open your mouth, I'm surprised.
Well, listen, man.
Engineers building a building. That's a new one.
Huh? No, I didn't say we can build. Whoa.
Anyway, what I was saying is the Roman didn't want to build the bridge under 60. That's the maximum capacities of the stadium we can build if we don't move.
Mhm.
So that's why.
I actually didn't know that. Wow, 60k only.
Yeah, I
Yep.
thought 70. I didn't think it was too big.
I was joking. Oh my
the
god.
fuck?
You keep
This is why I'd actually want Chelsea to move completely, but
you have a decent
get an 80k, 90k.
Yeah,
12K.
the way we are going to build actually was like 63, like Old Trafford,
Yeah.
something like that. But Roman wanted to build about 80, like the big stadium, but he wanted to move.
I understand that.
Pick up Dennis. But yeah, let's see where this goes. I mean, it is moving. It's moving, and that's what
It's
we
not
need it to
going
do.
anywhere. By the
Well,
way,
it's making its progress.
did I heard that did we move in some elderly people from the nursing homes to get the stadium? That's what I'm talking about.
No,
Natural
yeah.
selection, people.
never failed. Never failed.
Emotional damage.
Oh my god.
No, there's an old people's home next to the place, but the land that
They're sitting in the homes.
it's the old people company, but they they have like flats where they can live in.
Yeah, that's what we call nursing homes, old people companies.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them around the stadium. Innit? There's a bunch of them around the stadium. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I used to have
Yeah,
my
we can move along.
Yeah, 'cause I used to have a grandmother. My grandmother used to live in one of them.
You used to have a grandmother?
I used to have one, so technically, you know what I mean. Yeah, so so you know. No, but yeah, she used to live in one of those ones. That's why.
Speaking of grandparents, let's move on to the next topic.
Siri
Oba.
Merchant Egbali.
Here we go. No, not Siri Merchant in Bali. Oba, here we go. Grandpa Aubameyang has finally gotten a move, man. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has agreed to join Olympique Marseille. Here we go. Oba will sign a 3-year deal, as called 2 days ago, until June 2026. Chelsea will let him leave for free. Told Oba will arrive tonight at Olympique Marseille camp, then undergo medical tests on Thursday. This is a done deal. Yeah, I'm happy for him. It got done. Aubameyang never did anything wrong, to be honest. He didn't get much of a chance. He didn't fit the system that Potter was trying to play. I mean, he's also Potter. And he got to play 56 minutes under Tuchel, which was the intention of him.
Didn't he
signing
score?
to Chelsea.
Just one.
He scored.
Right?
Scored 1 or 2 goals, I think. Maybe
He scored 1 in the Premier League and I think
Yeah.
I think
2
he
or
scored
3 in the
goals
Champions
in
League.
total, no? I think he's 3 goals in total for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Which is half. Which is, by the way, half of Kai Havertz's of last season.
Yeah, pretty much.
Compare the minutes.
Pretty funny.
He should have been playing more, but for whatever reason, whether it was some clause or bonus appearance thing, he just didn't get to play. But he didn't kick up a fuss. He didn't make a scene like we have another striker, a certain R9 that seems to be making up a huge fuss in our team.
First things first, that's a disgrace to R9's name. Do not even say
Yeah.
R9 for him, please. Helma.
False R9, false R9.
The modern day
Lower-
R9 is
lowercase.
Richarlison, who's more like an R0.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's
I can't
only
believe
for Ronaldo
Christ.
Nazario. It's only R9. You know what I'm saying? We don't play for him, but no one else.
But a 3-year deal seems pretty ambitious. Like,
Yeah,
that's a long
he's got
time.
3 years in him.
You think
Look,
so?
yeah,
he'll do well. He'll do well, man.
yeah, he'll do well. Marseille just hired Marcelinho, who was last manager, I believe, at Athletic Club in Spain, Bilbao.
Mhm.
I think he'll bag some goals, definitely, bro. He did it for Saint-Etienne. He did it for, I believe, Bastia as well. Yeah, Marseille got a decent project going on, but their thing is that these fucking guys. So Igor Tudor was there last year, and he only stayed 1 year, and then Sampaoli was the summer before that. So Marseille's last two managers spent a grand total of 2 years there. So they spent 1 year and then another year. So it's kind of crazy.
One thing I will say, man, if Lacazette, can score 20 goals in Ligue 1, I think Albano.
He scored 27 for Lyon last year.
Oh shit!
Yeah, but is that all of Ligue 1? I think he scored 20 in Ligue 1. No,
it was 27 because they weren't in Europe.
Oh yeah, fair enough then.
Also, how many did Balogun score?
20.
21, I think. 20.
You know what I mean? Like,
Wahi, the guy you're linked with from Montpellier, who is terrific, by the way. Absolutely terrific. He scored 19 or 20 goals as well, and he had 19. Yeah. To be honest, League as much as people want to talk shit about it, bro, I watch at least 7 games per weekend, and they produce great players. They do. It's undeniable. Drogba and Henry. That's that. You know what I'm saying? Those two guys did pretty well in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying?
Petr Cech as well.
Petr Cech, Stachane, yep. So, Desailly, I mean, any good French player. And then even
Pretty
more
much.
from Africa. So, yeah, it's my
That's
favorite.
why we should look for the center backs over there.
Yes,
not in
like
England.
Saliba, great example.
Padishile, who's our
No, I just want somebody from somewhere, from I don't know, from Mali with French passport. Those guys are destroyers, man. As a defender, so yeah, I don't want no kids that raised in the subdivision. No, I need the proper defenders, man. I'm tired of this whole thing. Like, oh, I need those kind of defenders.
But do you think
If we go into.
I was gonna say, do you think we need defenders like right now though, since we still got like 4 fit ones? Because
I don't think so. I like if there's opportunity maybe, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
I think Wahi is not much different from Chalaba, to be fair.
that's what I
I
think.
I agree.
I don't think it's that much, especially like the money involved. What's the purpose of it? If we need the defender, then please go for the defender that, like, what's the purpose of the by the way, anyway, I didn't want to switch to different subject, Marshall, so you go ahead.
I mean, hey, you know what? At this point, why not? Let me just do this right now.
Let's make that a segue.
Yeah, Fofana is out for the season. So let's go ahead and segue into this right now. Boom.
It's not necessary. He could be back before like February,
I don't think so.
They're reconstructing that.
and
whole
that's
entire
why you watch
ligament.
10,000 games, and I do work what I do.
No. I don't doubt. I wouldn't risk it personally. If it
There's not risk involved.
He won't be like a star like when he comes back from injury. Of course
Yeah.
not, but, like, he'd
Well,
be
let
like
me read some of these tweets because we'll see. Okay, so breaking: Wesley Fofana has ruptured his ACL and he needs surgery after a scan. Ruptured essentially. Well, actually, let's continue. I think there's a tweet here that explains it. Chelsea are now ready to enter the transfer market for a new center back following Wesley Fofana's serious knee injury. Fofana is at risk of missing a majority of the season after rupturing his anterior cruciate ligament, which is ACL. Boom, boom, boom.
You don't need to read breaking if you're 2 days late. Just read it. Thing. No break.
Chelsea will explore the center back market in the next few days, weeks after Wesley Fofana's injury, only acting if they need if they find the right option, CFC will look into it after improving the Moises Caicedo deal. No changes on the Levi Colwill stance. Then right here, Pochettino, he had some things to say about Fofana in the situation. Look what happened with Fofana. Maybe yes, maybe no. We need to work to replace him. An idea that we were not thinking that was maybe made us change direction. But like football is present. It is flexible with the mentality that you change. When something happened like this, you need to be focused and concentrated. We are working, trying to improve. Until then, until the end, we are going to be there and we will see what happens in the market. It is really tough because he is a player who should be really important in our project, and of course we feel really sad and in bad mood. Normally it is him, but for the team and the club. Moving on, one consideration Chelsea will also make if they move for a center back is if they need someone tall, considering the lack of height in the midfield. This is coming from Jacob Steinberg. Oh my God, Harry Maguire underneath there. Don't fucking please. Chelsea may try to re-sign Mark Gahey from Crystal Palace after Wesley Fofana injury. So I read somewhere that they're basically going to be reconstructing his ACL, meaning it's done.
They did the surgery already. The surgery's been done.
He won't be back to the end of the season.
Damn.
He was man.
Oh, what, Ahmed, man? We're having civil conversation. You want to go about
Why is there
about?
two of you? I'm so confused.
That's not good. That's not good.
Two of me? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
maybe delete one of them.
Why two? Why one of him over here? Why is this freak following me? Why is this freak following me?
He did turn up as soon as you did, basically. So yeah, he is stalking you.
I think you need to remove both of them, then let him come back. Remove the one on top.
Hello?
Yeah,
There we go. I added the right one.
Bro, Alex,
Okay,
I don't want to
removed
follow
this
you,
one.
man. You're following me, bro.
Yeah, that's why your face is under my nuts.
What the fuck?
Sometimes we gotta spice it up in here, not with nuts. But listen, I'll put my 2 cents about this whole Fofana situation. I think one thing that I talked about backstage with you, Ahmed, and with Oliver is that this is a result of not going for our first target. Is one thing to consider, because Fofana wasn't our first target. We were going for De Ligt. I think Koundé was on that list too. And I think maybe even Kimpembe was on that list. Fofana was, I think, almost an opportunistic signing. Don't get me wrong. I think the player is very talented, but going the fractured fibia already is bad enough. That's a very serious injury.
I thought it was fibula.
He recovered.
Was it fibia or
fibula?
fibula?
Fibula. Okay.
It's two.
I'll give you credit if you will tell me which one is what. What's your name?
Marshall?
No, not Marshall. The guy that is a tibia or fibia. I want to know that. Steve, which one is what? Don't Google it.
I don't
Why
know.
do you exactly? So what the? Did you just try to be a smart ass? Like, oh, I know two bones.
I don't think he just asked.
No, wait, it's fibula and tibia?
Yeah, tibia,
Yes.
fibula. Yes.
But the thing is, like, that's a very serious injury. Not many people, well, obviously, as an athlete, it's going to be hard to recover. Who knows what had to be done to fix that? And if it recovers, maybe it's stronger, maybe it's not as strong, and it's not the same. Now you add a knee injury, a ruptured knee injury, and recovering from ACL. It's not a tear, it's a rupture. They're going to have to rebuild his ACL, which I can only imagine how extensive an injury recovery time it's going to be. All the news sites are saying he's probably going to be out for most of the season. And he
won't come back.
Recovers.
For the last couple games, Marshall.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
at best.
he'll probably be good to like play maybe, or good to like train. I don't know.
Yeah, but
January,
what?
February?
So what are we supposed to do? He had fibia and tibia broken. Now he had the crucial ligament. Did it? Might as well shoot the guy. He's done.
This is his 7th knee injury in his 4 seasons as a
Okay.
pro.
Okay. What kind of knee injuries is there? Please educate me, people.
We don't
Let's
know.
see how you know.
We don't
Like-
know.
It wasn't specified on the site I used.
Exactly. If somebody kicks somebody in the knee and he has a bruise, is that a knee injury?
Well, he missed games because of it. That's my point.
Yeah. I'll if you will show up in front of me, I'll kick you in the knee. You will miss a game. I promise you. but that's not a serious injury.
Yeah,
It's just annoying, if anything. It's just
I think
It's
he's had- I think
annoying,
he's
but
had
it's
two-
not it's a young person that's still developing in the growth. You develop in the growth until you 25 years old. Your muscles on the athletes usually outgrow your bones.
But
When you're that kind of athlete, you outgrow the pace of natural thing. So what happens is, if you outgrow on one specific thing, the other gonna suffer. Let the kid grow up first, and then all of you doctors over here decide, should we put him down now, or he has some kind of couple of more races left in his career? Because
I
that's
hope
not
not.
the way they're talking about.
here's the thing, though. Here's my concern. There's already a record of injury, and if it's like you're not going to get less injured as you get older.
Yes, you are.
You can, of course you can. Depends how your treatment happens. It's all about the treatment and your rehab. Like,
Let me. You know who did the?
Case
You
by
know.
case.
You know
It's a
who
case by
did?
case.
You know who did ACL before they joined? Do you remember Ruben Van Nistelrooy?
Yeah.
He had ACL before he joined United. Oh my God! They should have shot him in the back of his head because he's done.
Hey, Alan Shearer did both of his knees for Newcastle and still scored a shitload of
I'll
goals.
tell you what. I'll tell you one thing, Marshall. Yeah, a lot of injuries that you see, especially like these players that they're quote unquote injury prone and the reoccurring injuries. Well, at least from in my opinion, a lot of them come from not rehabbing properly and not treatment properly. Like for example, Manyan, the AC Milan goalkeeper, he came out and said,
Magnon,
I injured my other leg because I rushed back my original injury. You know, it's fact. Like when you rush back your injury, you don't retreat it properly, you don't rehab it properly, you're gonna have reoccurring injuries. There's nothing to say that Fofana will have another injury. Shut up.
By the way, there is an actual fact. There is actual fact that his ACL is going to be stronger than before. There's actual medical, not possible.
No, if it's
a fact.
You would hope so.
The problem with those kind of guys, it's a mental status of that person. And for me, the biggest, for example, do you remember how Chewy came back?
Chile took some time, yes.
No, he didn't took some time. He was just afraid to go into the tackles. You can see that. Well, he's a retard, but that's a different story. That's how horrible of defender he is. My point is, if you look at Fofana's last season, when he was actually playing, did you see him thinking, "Oh my God, I'm afraid that my which one was it, Steve? Is it tibia or fibia or tibia or fibia?" You don't know exactly. Which of those bones did I break, and I'm afraid to break it again? Did you see him being afraid?
Not really, no.
Exactly. That's kind of mental status that kid has. So before you shoot him in the back of his head and say that, oh, he's done, like a horse, ran his race, pay attention to it before. He has the brilliant future in front of him. That's all I can say. I rate the kid.
Another one, Marshall, quickly, would be Hutchinson with the Achilles, which is just as bad, if not worse than.
Actually worse. Achilles is actually worse.
Just as bad, if not worse, because the tendon is harder to rehab.
They're shit injuries regardless, both of them.
Yeah,
no, it's a different injuries. It's a different injuries.
A tendon is harder to rehab and treat than is a ligament. But the point is, I don't think we've ever seen the new quote unquote Hutchinson since that injury. He's always been since then. He's been scared to take on players, someone running from the behind of him, and I think that's why his Chelsea career has gone downhill. So Alex is right. Like we don't know how these players will come back. If he comes back and is confident in himself and confident in how he's rehabbed and being treated, then I don't see why he would go down. But
the way
it's
I
a
see
case
it,
by case thing. It's a case
I think it's a case by case. I think there are exceptional players. Alex named Van Nistelrooy. Steve, you said Scholes. But
Shearer.
You look at the majority, Shearer, I'm sorry. You look at the majority of these players. You look at the Gio Reynas. You look at Paulo Dybala. You look at Paul Pogba. You look at N'Golo Kante to a certain extent. You know, I'm just seeing like if this is happening to him, Fofana, this young, it's the future is looking bleak. I'm not saying let's not give him a shot. Obviously, he could come back even better. It's just
actually you. What's your name, Marshall? I think you're actually saying it the wrong way. Because if you think about it, he's like those players that you just mentioned. You, for some reason, failed to educate us how old they are when they did it. They aren't young, and they consistently had the injuries. And when they became old, those injuries became even worse. Kante was never injured before.
Yeah.
It's at the end of his career he got injured.
Yeah.
Anyway, anybody that you keep saying, Peperena, all those guys, it's when they are old.
Giovanni Reina,
done
not Pepe.
Whatever. What I'm saying is, you give me the evidence, but those evidence are actually proving you wrong, not me, because there's actually more evidence of young players overcoming the injuries than old players, and everybody, all of them that you did it, they actually stopped. Stones couldn't stop getting hurt when he was young. When all of a sudden he's not injured all the time, and he plays in the midfield. There's actually more evidence of the younger players getting better with the injuries than not. Paul Pogba got injured. Well, first of all, he's like a stick on the stilts and stuff like that. Sometimes I just anyway, a different conversation. But
bringing it back to the center back conversation, I'm willing to just stick with Chalobah
100%.
and then see what this happens, because there's two things that's going to happen. Either Chelsea, and this is the way I see it, if Chelsea decide to just stick with Chalobah, we're not going to go for another CB. I think they're going to wait for Wesley to come back. They paid him $75 million. There's a whole contract there. I'm sure they wanted to get money back in reinvestment. He's only played for about half a season in these last 2 years, depending also how long until he comes back. But regardless, the other alternative is if Chelsea go and get another center back, I think that's a sign that Fofana is going to be moved on, because I don't see them signing a center back for 2 years, 3 years. It's going to have to be a long-term contract. That's what they've been doing.
I don't see no evidence of that. Not a single shred of it.
I think more or less Marshall is for Thiago Silva because he's like almost 40 now. Like, it's more for that replacement, really, if anything. But I don't think it's Fofana because we've spent a lot of money on him. It's a huge investment. And how young he is, we don't know how he's still going to turn out to be after his injuries, because we just don't know. Yeah, because people can pull through big injuries like ACLs and he's at a young age, like Alex said, like he's developing and everything. So I don't think it's for Fofana.
It's just a really big setback in his development, unfortunately.
One thing that I will say quickly on that situation: if Chalobah decides that he wants to leave for his career's sake, which is something we still don't know if he wants to stay or if he wants to go, essentially, right? If he does leave, then I do think that's when you have to bring in a centre back. That's what I would say, but that's pretty much it for me.
For Chalobah, yes. If he left, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
But
again, for me, I think for me, even with Fofana, it's a difficult, obviously, situation for him. Hopefully, he gets better from his ACL injury at the end of the day. That's the main thing for him. Let him recoup and let him get better. But
I'm hoping after this the knee injuries stop, because he was having knee injuries prior to this season. At Leicester, he had knee injuries. Knee injuries now.
I just think hopefully now.
Can you name me what kind of knee injuries?
No, I don't know the details.
Okay.
Just knee injuries. It might be the same one. This might be the final tear.
Maybe let me look it up on.
Yeah, you don't miss one game. You don't miss one game because of ACL strain or anything.
Yeah, injuries are too in details for transfer market, man. It just hits
man.
Well, yeah.
I thought you had muscle issues last season, no?
Yeah, like
some muscle issues, yes.
I thought it was muscle issues.
Yeah. I have seen it on transfer.
I think he had hamstring issues last season, I believe.
At the end of the day, man, hopefully we can just hope that it's this muscle is just growing pains, much like somehow similar to like how look at Madueke, for example. When we brought him, he had the injury record with a lot of muscle injuries as well. But since he's come to the club, it seems that obviously he may not have played as much, but he does seem to have been monitored, been minute checked, and he seems to have not got injured again, luckily. So. But again,
Don't get me wrong, by the way, boys. I think Wesley Fofana is a fantastic defender.
I know.
Oh, sure. You just wanna be done with him. You just wanna shoot him in the back of his head, and that's it. Career is over.
It's cause for concern. This is supposed to be the season that he was supposed to stand out, and this happened. Obviously, It's an accident. So I'm not saying he's trying to collect the paycheck, but
What's that horse? What's that movie with the horse when they shot at the end, like saying like,
I'm not overreacting. I think it's very reasonable to think you're paying someone 75 million.
I don't think Marshall's overreacting there.
Yeah.
It's just like
Marshall's
two major injuries, an injury-prone season.
The break of his leg, is that up to him or no? Is that like somebody's lifetime?
But the recovery from that, it sucks. You know, like I said,
maybe one thing I can agree with you, Marshall. It's what I can agree with you. Fofana should not buy lottery tickets because he ain't a lucky person.
But you see, like what Alex was saying about the psychological part of it. So he broke.
Yeah, I think that's a big part too.
He broke his leg, and then even at the start of his career at Chelsea, he sprained his MCL, which is not a nice injury. And even after that, he came back and was at that stage. He was probably our best defender. He was probably our best defender when he came back from injury. He was killing it. He came on against Southampton, I think, when Aspie got injured or something, and he was probably our best defender. So his mentality is top, man. I think he'll be fine.
Zia, that's all well and good, but the same thing could be said about N'Golo Kante, and he didn't play enough, and that's led to us moving on eventually. And when
Fofana turns 30, we will.
I just don't see the difference here. Like, yes, he's a fantastic player, but there has to be concern that he's going to play single-digit games a season.
But he's about 9 years younger than him.
I get it, but like I said previously, there's young players that have injury-prone seasons, and they kind of they don't really. Dybala and Gio Reyna, in my opinion, and I know they're still young. They still have time to become the star. Well, not Dybala anymore.
Dybala's 29.
Not Dybala anymore. Dybala looks like he's young. He's not anymore. But there's still room for these players to prove me wrong.
You can always bring in another centre back that is extremely talented to compete with the Fofana position anyway.
But don't you think based on how we've been doing deals, like these long-term deals, do you really think the club's going to bring in a CB for 2 years? No. We can bring another CB that's as talented for a similar amount of years, and then what we can make them compete. If Fofana is still being injury prone as he is, you still have that guy as a top centre back.
Exactly. We need this. We need the starter centre back no matter what. Not this season, but maybe more next season when Thiago Silva leaves.
Exactly.
It doesn't even if Fofana was fit. Even if Fofana was fit, that means that we only have three physical, ready to play. Players: Badiashile, Colwill, and Fofana. That's not how you go.
Just on that topic, what are we thinking of Gurhi then as the suggestion?
We don't think of him.
I
don't think I want Gurhi.
I don't understand when I go for Anderson. I said to you guys before, I
love Joaquin Anderson.
Yeah, he's the popular one on the Casually FC Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, for example, if we start in this season with the way we are, who's a starter to centre backs?
Thiago Silva and Colwill.
So
it's good.
So if we have those two, who's the backup to the right one? Chalobah. If Chalobah is worse than Gurhi.
What? I don't think. I don't think.
Chalobah
for the price you're gonna get Gurhi for, probably 50 million. It's not worth it at all, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's we owe 20% of his ass on the sell. So if we decide to buy him, it will be 20%
it's
less.
Just Cobham sexuals, man.
I'm not asking you anything. I not need your help.
I say it's Cobham sexuals, man.
I just wanna finish my sentence. So I just don't think that there's that much difference between two of them. And to do that, what's the purpose of it if we do go in for the center back? That's it. Backup to this to our center back. We go into this backup player. Why would we spend money on a backup player in this position in the first place? You're gonna have a whole year to look for a transfer market for the next season when Thiago Silva leaves.
I think Alex, what it is because people are when they say Gurhi is that they say he's better than Chalobah and they're writing off Fofana. I think this is. Where they're coming from. First of
all, he probably slightly better, but I wouldn't say that he's that much better that he needs to be addressed. Yeah, but another thing, How you saying is better? I still don't think he help us because he plays on the left side.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So what's the point of that conversation in the first place?
Well, that's why Ahmed and me, we were suggesting Joachim Anderson, because he is a right centre-back. And
Yeah.
Joachim Anderson from Palace.
Go is partner in crime.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Guhi, Gehi, whatever.
Yeah.
Guy.
Yeah. It's
Alex just
Yeah,
sexuals,
the
man.
kid that
No,
was
let's
born
get
not in
another common player.
poverty.
Let's get another common player, man.
I'm sorry, man, but I like players. I like players that were born in poverty. They did not fit with silver spoon. I want my players to be starving, so they can come and they're like, oh, that's all it is.
By the way, everyone, if the stream is
Hey,
live, just refresh. By the way, and
Yo,
also
Alex, we
when
make
you
that noise
refresh,
again, bro. What's
over
that?
100 of you guys watching, smash that like button. Let's get to at least 50 likes, please. Appreciate you guys being here, and I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation because this is not an easy conversation to have about Fofana. It's a complicated thing, especially with the fee, the amount that we signed him for, how young he is, how good he is, and it stinks that this happened. I feel really bad for him, especially. I'm sure he's devastated by this.
I'd just like to add on that as well that this isn't going to be like, this isn't us targeting Fofana, and this isn't going to be a double
Not
standard.
at all.
You know, because we've got our eyes on Reece James as well. He's another young player that's had his fair share of injury problems. We're not going to have a season like Reece James had last season. We're not going to just sit there and accept that, but then criticise Wesley Fofana. You know, we're going to hold them to the same standards. If they're too injured this season, well, Fofana is, but in James's case, if he's too injured this season, then he's getting the same energy.
Do you know, Oliver?
Exactly. Is Marshall ready to shoot James in the back of his head and said he's done?
I'll say something, and you might
Not
not.
yet.
You might not like this. You might not like this, but I know
Nobody likes when you speak, man.
Yeah, shut up and listen, man. Yeah, I know he just done his ACL, but I would probably be in the long run. I would probably be more concerned about Reece James than I am with Fofana.
We'll see.
Yeah, because Reece
not
James
technically
gets up and down the
concerned
pitch a lot more.
It's just the way this guy.
Another thing, remember, James can play as a centre back.
The way
Just saying.
his way he's reacting to injuries has not been great.
And now we have somebody on the right.
I'll also add this to, like, just to be fair as well. Last season, Fofana and Reece James weren't the only injury-prone players. Like, everyone got injured last season. So I'm hoping with this new sports medical scientist guy that came in from the FA, plus Poch's son, I'm hoping maybe we can find a way to mitigate those injuries as well, and that everyone's injuries overall lessen this season as a result. So I'm not going to put it on just the players that were getting injured constantly, because everyone was getting injured. So there was a factor that was affecting everyone. I think it was that FA, that sports.
Boys, I'm gonna go kick some football. You see, I'm getting ready.
Okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Bye, Alex.
Bye everybody. But Ziyad, he's a
Yo, what the
blood clot.
What are two doctors, Alex, man?
Blood
Come on,
clot.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Enjoy it.
Always a pleasure,
yeah.
Alex. Enjoy.
Take care, bro.
But yeah, it's a very interesting conversation to have, and I'm glad to hear everyone's perspective on this, because I think it's important to have it with this player. He's a fantastic player. It's just a very unfortunate circumstances. Yeah. Again, everyone, if your stream is lagging, just refresh. It might help fix it. But I think we're good now. So let's go on to the next topic I wanted to bring up, which is the preseason and the team selection. The lineup. Well, actually, the lineup for the game might be out. So if that is out, if you guys wouldn't mind sending me that tweet, please.
I don't have Twitter. I have an app. Sorry.
Wrexham.
But let's go ahead and go over these tweets real quick. So, sources close to Chelsea senior players suggest that this season already has been the toughest preseason physically for a few years. Certainly more than experience under Thomas Tuchel standards are said to be significantly higher than was produced over the last 12 months. This is coming from The Athletic. Next tweet right here, also from The Athletic, as soon as my Twitter decides to load. Thank you, Twitter. To help build strong bonds, squad players have been instructed to not sit in the same group every day. It is designed to stop cliques from forming and making everyone more together. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm reading these tweets from the process and what's going on in training, because I'm liking Poch more and more in how he's running the club and how he's running training. It's very similar to how when Tuchel came in, we were noticing the unorthodox trainings and the way the Tuchel had to, coach the players. I think it's very interesting to see that, and it makes a big difference. The level of exercise at Chelsea is being monitored closer now. Staff had been aware that previously there had been instances where some players, on being told to do gym workout, were putting in a token appearance before leaving prematurely. No one is leaving early now. Rather, everyone is doing a full workout. And it shocks me too that hearing these guys being professionals is what they do for a living, that they're walking out from doing work earlier than they should. But
Marshall, like I told you backstage, Marshall, like you'll be surprised at how childish some players are, especially with the culture we had last season.
Exactly. CFC's preseason is stepping up under Mauricio Pochettino. Now the squad have arrived in USA for a training camp and friendlies, but the new head coach has already made an impact. Standards, raids, clicks stamped out, and gym sessions monitored. And then here we have the squad, 29-man squad confirmed, and I'll read it and then we'll react to it. But goalkeepers: Kepa Arrizabalaga, Gabriel Solina, Lucas Bergstrom, Eddie Beach, Jamie Cumming. Defenders: Thiago Silva, Trevor Chalobah, Ben Chilwell, Marc Cucurella, Malo Gusto, Bashir Humphries, Levi Colwill, Ian Matson, Alfie Gilchrist. Oh God, I hope I said it right. Gilchrist. I almost got it. Midfielders: Enzo. No Enzo Fernandez, just Enzo. Connor Gallagher, Carney Chukwemeka, Andre Santos, Caicedo, Lewis Hall. And then forwards, we got Mikhailo Mudryk.
Caicedo. Whoa.
Caicedo, man.
Cesare Caicedo. Okay, well, whatever, man. English become easier, okay? Forwards,
Italian.
Italian.
You can't do that, bro. Come on, man. Literally.
Mikhailo. All right. You know what? Mikhailo Mudryk, Raheem Sterling, Noni Madueke, Angelo Gabriel, Diego Moreira, Nicholas Jackson, Christopher Nkunku, Mason Burstro, Dujan Richards, who's there only for training. Duan, okay? Leave me alone, people. All right? Do as much reading as I do, okay? Okay? But anyways, people were freaking out over this on Twitter. For whatever reason, I don't fucking know. It's ridiculous. Guys, it's a preseason. This is the best time to actually try players. People asking, where's Reece James? Where's
he's ill.
Who else were they? He's ill. He's gonna meet up, but where's Broja? Who else were people asking for that? Bitching about?
Marshall, I think one of the big concerns with this squad when it was announced was Fofana, because at the time we didn't know it was an ACL.
Yeah.
Just the details hadn't come out yet, so we literally had no idea. And just like, oh, no, this is kind of the first inkling we had that he'd be injured.
120 of you guys watching, by the way. Smash that like. What's stopping you? Wipe your feet at the door. You got mud on your feet. Smash the like. I got that nice white marble tile. I'm not trying to get mud.
I'll put it this way: if you don't like the video, you want Harry Maguire to come and replace Wesley Fofana.
All right, no, seriously, no. You gotta like the video, please. We don't want that. Yeah, let's standards. We have standards at Chelsea. But yeah, listen, I wasn't surprised by this lineup. I didn't expect our strongest lineup. This isn't the final of the Champions League. We're obviously gonna test out a lot of players. Maybe we're a little excessive on the goalkeeper aspect, sure, but everything else, we got what? 6 preseason games or 5? We got Wrexham twice. We got Fulham, Brighton. Don't we have Wrexham twice? I'm pretty sure we have Wrexham twice.
Oh, we'll have them once.
Okay.
I think we got 5. Maybe. Wait, I got an app.
We have 5 games definitely. Wrexham, Brighton, Newcastle's one. I know Borussia Dortmund was another one, and I think there's only one more that.
Borussia Dortmund's in Chicago.
Right. Do you want to hear it? It's Wrexham.
Fulham.
It's Wrexham.
You just
then Brighton, then Newcastle, then Fulham, and then Bush Dortmund, and then the Premier League Liverpool. So yeah, 5.
Great work, mate. Great work.
I'm going to the Brighton.
I got a great app,
Hey, I might see Steve. Actually, Steve, we should meet up if you're going to Brighton.
Wait, you're going to Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Oh, you are going? I thought you said you weren't.
Be there. Change of plans. We're going.
Steve has to run.
Fuck yeah! All right.
Oh. All right. We'll see Steve there.
That's sick.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
I'm going because I'm bored. I'll probably be wasted as hell.
Because he's bored. All right, we're all for it. But yeah, like again, people, this is a time to test players. Like, when are you going to test Santos in the middle of the season? Are you going to test if Levi Colwill is a good partnership with Thiago Silva in the middle of the season where the points count? Like, of course, this is going to be this team of youngsters and all that. So I don't know. Do you guys have any other opinions on this? Like, tell me what you think.
Kindergarten FC.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
You know who to look for in
I was
3.
going to say, interesting, Lewis Hall's been put into midfield because last season he's been playing as a left back.
I know, but his OG position has always been midfield.
Yes, I know. But Reece James used to play midfield.
That's not his OG position, though.
Is it?
I'm
CDM,
pretty sure Reece
right?
James' OG position was like up somewhere, top somewhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What? When he was 7 years? Yeah. What? When he was 7 years old? But he captains the Chelsea youth team as a right back.
Bro,
I'm pretty sure, like, even a bit older, when he's 7, he still played striker, but then he moved down. I don't think he just didn't make it as a striker, really, or whatever it was.
Well, no, he went from striker to midfield and then to right back, and then he played.
So he basically did a reverse Mikel Antonio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Mikel Antonio went to West Ham as a right back, and now he's up front. Yeah, that's funny.
And would Lewis Hall play as a DM?
No, he's an attacking 8, from what I hear.
Oh, he needs to work in the shooting then. In that case, then.
Yeah,
he's got a delivery though, Chris.
Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah, man.
What are you saying, Ahmed?
I was gonna say before, he plays at the 8th position initially, but at the end of the day, he's probably someone that's gonna be going on loan.
I think so too.
Honest. Yeah.
Oh, there was news about that too. I gotta find that, don't I?
No, there was not. It was on him. It was on Omari Hutchinson.
Okay, I got that. Yeah.
Lovely, then.
But yeah, I mean, any other opinions on the squad? Like, is it really like? Are you guys surprised with this?
If you want to know the actual squad that's going to be playing today, apparently, if you go to Pies' thing, it was last night there was like a certain squad that was being played heavily compared to others, and I think that's
the back line was quoted. It was what was it? It was Gusto, it was Humphreys, Chalobah, and Cucurella. They were playing together.
And then was Bergestam as the goalkeeper, and then Santos, Caicedo, Chukwuemeka, Moreira, Jackson, and
excited to see Moreira play.
Jackson, and there was someone else. I'm just forgetting.
Carney.
No.
Carney wasn't mentioned, but we, Ahmed, on your stream, we kind of like filled in the blank with him.
It was Carney, yeah. And then I can't remember. There's another winger I'm missing.
Didn't Ian Matson play left wing?
Matson.
Yeah, Matson. That's it. Yeah, Matson.
Yeah, Matson played on the wing.
Yeah, Matson playing as a left mid.
I saw something.
I mean,
Twitter
the one thing to be concerned about, obviously, is going to be the midfield. We're a little dense, or not dense, I should say. We're a little light on the midfield. Hopefully, after Caicedo gets done, which we will talk about Caicedo later on. Hopefully we get a Lavia or something. You know, I think there does need to be another signing in the midfield, because this is. Look, I do want to see it, but I do have faith that it's possible that Andre Santos or Caicedo could cook, or Chukwuemeka even. Let me put respect on Carney as well. I have a feeling they can cook, but are they going to be the ones that can hold the fort down for the whole season? Like, are they at that level yet? I don't think so. We have to see this.
The problem is injuries, bro. The problem is injuries. If one of them guys gets injured, then then you are digging into your academy straight up for players, or you have to do a panic signing in January.
Why Lavia when we have Santos? Because I still think with Santos and Caicedo and Carney, like, there's still room for development there.
Yeah.
Are they ready to be on day-to-day starters? I don't know. I don't think so. Go ahead.
Caicedo is set to go on loan to Leicester City, it seems. Like
we talked about that on Sunday.
Yeah, Ramba. So there's that as well, and then I think Santos can be a backup to like a.
Bro, Caicedo should go on loan to like a Lazio.
Yeah, Caicedo can go.
Perfect.
I think for me, Santos will be a backup to a Caicedo, but then there's the backup to Enzo. That's the midfielder that you're looking for, because we don't have. But
you want like a starting, like you even said it, Ahmed. Like, we want starters in this team.
And we need
Santos
guys.
a starter.
No, but again, I think for me, it doesn't. it's okay to have a Santos as a backup or as a replacement to Caicedo, right? Because if he's talented and he's good enough, that should be okay. The problem for me is Enzo. Like after Enzo, who's your backup to Enzo?
Sure.
Right. So you either need to get someone that's a box to box, or someone that can play in the pivot that can be a bit more of an attacker at the same time and can do well in defense. Someone that's a bit more of a balanced midfielder, like almost like a Kovacic, I would say.
You guys don't wait. Do you guys in chat and you guys here in the panel? You don't think Lavia is a starter for Chelsea?
No,
Wait. Is this if you
If we get Caicedo and
or
Enzo?
No.
If we get
But you could
Caicedo
put
and
a
we have
midfield
Enzo.
three. You could do a midfield three of Lavia, Caicedo, and
But the thing is, you're playing. But the thing is with Poch, you play
Enzo.
4-2-3-1. It's 4-2-3-1 formation all the time. So the two will always have to be Caicedo and Enzo.
who would be the attacking mid then?
And Kunku.
And Kunku would be. the-
Oh yeah. Right. I don't know. Jesus. Okay. And then Nico Jackson up top and Madueke and Mudryk or Sterling or whoever.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever combination of them guys. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, apparently, according to
That's
Tuchel,
not
we
bad.
didn't need midfield last season. Oh my days, good times, guys. But I mean, yeah, this is an interesting lineup. I'm very excited to see these boys play, and to be honest, like from what I've been seeing on the videos, like what Chelsea's been posting and stuff, the vibe feels totally different than that of last year. This seems like these guys are a lot more serious, are a lot more focused. It seems more intense than it was before. This could just be me waffling. I could just be talking out of my ass, but it's just the feeling I get.
Well,
Bro, as someone just looking on at Chelsea, I thought during the preseason last year, y'all were just messing around. I genuinely feel from what I saw and heard, like y'all were just goofing around and not really
It was
like
vacation.
Yeah, yes, that's the word vacation.
and Marshall, I'll tell you why you feel like that. This is one of the reasons. Because we don't have Bakayoko and Baba Rahman and Batshuayi and Kennedy all hanging around the squad when they have no place in the future of this club.
And even
We
if
actually-
they're still in the club, they're
chilling.
not in the group. Yeah.
Lukaku's out,
Yes.
Hudson-Odoi is out, and you've sold all the others pretty much.
Yeah, so,
that's true.
you know,
Actually, now that you bring that up, because now you're actually getting to see the future of the club. Like these are players that are going to be involved in this project in one shape or
Well, the
form.
thing is, even if they're not the future, they're just young players that need to prove a point to move on in their careers, really. So there's an incentive there.
What happened to Ziyech, bro? I wanted to talk about Ziyech because like he sent the subliminals on Instagram. What happened, man? Damn.
See?
Yeah, you
I
didn't
have
see?
no idea.
Yeah,
He can hold that, man.
Yeah,
Pulisic passed the
some of those
medical, he
DMs.
didn't.
yeah, man. Can you Marshall, imagine that, bro. Your boy Ziyech, Pulisic past the medical, Mister.
Yo, Ziad, don't forget, Ziad has the link. Don't forget, he might come back.
Yeah,
and
man.
Ziyech
Come
enough
back,
times.
bro. Come back. Come collect your boy, man. Come collect
Wait, I
your
just
boy.
got back. You telling Ziyech to come back?
No.
come collect your boy.
Oh,
yeah,
because I heard
it's
Ziyech
fine.
and I
It's
heard him
just
say
something
come
else.
back. So okay.
What, you think Ahmed is saying that Ziyech
Yeah,
should
right,
come back,
of all
really?
people.
I think what
Of all people.
universe am I in now? Like if I just
I
switch
know.
universe.
But 133 of you guys watching. Let's get to 100 likes. Let's try. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's be generous with those like buttons. Let's go on. Speaking on youth as well. Sticking to the same basically topic. Let's talk about Levi Colwill. I like what Pochettino had to say and how this is being managed now. So Pochettino has held several one-on-one conversations with players to explain what he thinks of them and expects from them. But he has also asked for their opinions on how they feel things have gone and what they believe went wrong last season. Players have been made to feel they can trust Pochettino and are able to speak freely, which I think is a very positive thing to have. You want to be able to have that trust with a manager, and that level of trust, that can make or break players and how they perform. Mauricio Pochettino on the chat with Levi Colwill. With Levi, we were talking. We had a nice chat, but it is private. But it is important that they know us, know what we think. The competition, this is the key word here. The competition is going to be tough, but they can earn the chance to be in the starting 11. They understood, and all is clear. I think Pochettino made it clear to Levi, look, I'm going to play you. You're going to have your opportunity, but there's competition, and you're going to have to fight for your place. And that was the biggest issue I had with Levi. It seemed very much that he wanted guaranteed minutes. To a certain extent, it almost seemed like he wanted to be a guaranteed starter. But this is good. I think this is a good way to approach it by Pochettino. Humbling, and he understands there is competition.
Listen, first things first, yeah. All of the media reports have just said that he wanted to know that he would be able to play. That's what I think.
There was reports too that he wanted guarantee start time.
These guys are always gonna, exacerbate something that is not necessarily there. Like, we've not heard it from him at all, have we? So I think that's a bit wrong to say. That's a bit wrong.
But it's just
you can't just say he humbled him when he didn't even know.
But listen.
Come on,
we don't have 2 summer transfer windows where we're iterating the same exact kind of rumors. Where Levi wants guaranteed minutes. He wants the coach to tell him, "Hey, I want guaranteed play time. That I'm not just going to be on the bench." This is 2 years in the making. I think it's safe to say most of us think that Levi thinks highly of himself, as he should. But I think based on, you're right. It is the journal, or not the journal, his agent speaking, not necessarily him directly. And I think he's been professional in that sense, not talking out publicly. You saw what happens when players talk out publicly. Lukaku. But that being said, I think it's good that this is said. This is said to Levi Colwill. This is said out publicly, so that the fans can even see, okay, Poch is going to test him. It's not a guaranteed slot in. He's going to have competition. And Poch sees the other talent. Go ahead.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we just went over some of the players that aren't on this preseason tour, and they're all players that don't want to be here. The fact that Colwill shows that there's been an agreement made between him and Pochettino that something can work out next season. So I've been saying this before. The conversation between those two and the outcome of that will tell us everything we need to know. And it's all positive. So let's just drop it. And by the way, Brighton and Hove Albion, Adam Lallana, hold that.
True. Yeah, they can definitely hold
them,
it.
Them and their subliminals, like they're acting like he's their player. Sorry, man, hold that.
That's all right. They'll find one from fucking Ecuador soon. So I don't think they'll be that fast.
Yeah, Colwill came home and he's bringing a friend.
Yeah, I think Brighton will be fine. They'll be fine.
And I think that's another thing. I think that's another important thing to mention too, is that based on what we're seeing in the videos, it looks like he's getting along with the team. It doesn't look like he doesn't want to be there. It looks like he's having a good time.
I mean, he knows. Good to see. I mean, he knows Madueke from the England youth.
Obviously, yeah.
They just won the Euros together.
No, he doesn't know Cucurella. Never mind.
No, that's too late.
It's good. It's good. But next topic I wanted to bring up, and big up Winter Surfer. Welcome to the stream, brother.
What's up?
Next thing I want to bring up
you brought this guy
was...
in, sorry, I bring the class. We've had to deal with the ass of Ahmed there.
Oh my god!
So,
where is this guy? I can't even see him. Oh, there he is.
He's down there.
So
I wanted to discuss. I wanted to discuss the left back situation going on right now. Pochettino on the left back situation. I want to see Lewis Hall and Ian Maatsen, Mark Cucurella, and Ben Chilwell. I think one thing to point out here, he said Lewis Hall. So I think Pochettino intends to play Lewis Hall as a left back and not a center mid. But let's keep going. We have West Ham are targeting Ian Maatsen, but the defender has made a positive impression on Pochettino already. No decisions made just yet. Moving on, Ian Maatsen's first preference is to fight for first team minutes at Chelsea, but it might be difficult if Marco Cucurella stays. Burnley remain favorites to re-sign Maatsen on loan should he leave. West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Benfica, and Wolfsburg have also expressed interest in recent weeks. What do we think about Cucurella and Chilwell getting pretty much the favorites to be those first two?
What? I haven't.
They're the more experienced players. I'd rather keep the more experienced players for the season.
I just don't see how Cucurella fits into the system. Really. He's not what that sort of pacey thing, that a Poch sort of fullback has. I actually think Maatsen is a lot more suited to the system, ironically.
I can see that.
And I think for me, probably if Maatsen does a good enough job, we already know the club is open to sell Cucurella. I think Cucurella's heading out of the door.
I think it's lazy journalism. I think it's just because they're known, they're automatically favourites. It's name recognition over everything that they're known. Lewis Hall, I think, will go out on loan. unless he gets it. I don't think he will play at left back. I think they'll see him more as a midfielder, but because of it depends what we do with our midfield. It depends whether he'll stay or not.
Don't you think it is interesting that Poch said him as a left back option? It gives
Yeah,
me,
but I think,
to me,
I think
it seems
he's,
that
I
way.
think he was the left back option in the very, very emergency case.
Oh
He's a
my
midfielder.
Okay.
Plus, he's
I think-
right-footed.
Oh, midfield FC.
Wait, no, Lewis Hall's left-footed.
Is he left-footed? I thought he was right.
Yes, he is.
But he's a
left-footed.
midfielder. He's a
Oh,
midfielder
what?
by trade.
Yeah.
Seeing as we've
Yo,
already got-
yo, Ahmed, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Sorry to cut you guys off. Look at the
Sorry.
comment.
Wow, it
That
is.
can't be.
No,
That
that's him.
Hey,
that is
Johnny.
not-
Hey, Johnny.
That
What's
is
going
not
on,
Johnny
Johnny?
Minerals. No, look at the profile.
Check.
It's not Johnny Minerals, man. He hasn't
No,
got
but-
the balls.
Uh,
He
Look at the
hasn't got-
profile
it's not-
picture.
I'll
There's
tell you
like
why
a
it's
bit
not
of
Johnny-
black.
I'll tell you why it's
Oh,
not
you.
Johnny.
I
I'll
thought
tell
you
you
had
why.
Johnny.
Shut up. I'll tell you why it's not Johnny Minerals. He's not got the spine, the balls, or the minerals to come on this channel. So that's why it's not Johnny Minerals.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? You ain't got
No,
the balls, bro.
The reason
Nice
I think
try,
it is
though.
because I
I-
don't see him on YouTube,
And if it,
it's
by the
'cause
way,
he blocked me.
if it is Johnny, I just want to ask him: did you enjoy that Havertz MLS All-Star performance?
There you go.
Did you enjoy another clean sheet from Mount in attack?
Clean sheet attack. But yeah, with the whole Ian Maatsen thing, again, preseason is gonna see, we're gonna see all this, right? But it's good that he's done so well that now Poch has a headache, and that's what we want to see. I think Cucurella is going to be given a chance under Poch. I think Chilwell is going to be given a chance. I think Ahmed, what you're saying is very valid as well. I think there's a lot of validity to what you're saying and all that. But I mean, we'll see. Like, I would feel really bad just selling off Cucurella. I don't think. I think there is a good player there. I think I do want to see what he looks like under a proper manager.
The reality is the Marshall, right? Even if there is a good player there, is he going to work for us though?
I could. I think there's a possibility he could. Is he as well fit to the situation as Maatsen? I don't think so. But that's on Pochettino to also figure out.
But you keep on answering, but you just answered the question for yourself.
I mean, players can adapt. That's the thing. So
Cucurella
maybe a player
26.
like Cucurella
He's
could
26,
adapt.
I believe,
I don't know.
or 25, 26-ish. So he's nearing his prime. You know, so the time to adapt is now, if ever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the time to adapt is near. No,
Yeah.
sorry. Didn't
We'll
work.
see. We'll see. But any other opinions on this whole situation as well?
I don't want Ian Maatsen. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go on, Steve. Go on.
I was just gonna say I don't want Ian Maatsen going on loan to Wolfsburg because I'm trying to see my boy Kevin Paredes play on the left.
Those are some interesting teams too that they're supposedly links with. West Ham, Nottingham Forest,
Benfica kind of
Benfica.
makes sense because Grimaldo left us, obviously, so we do kind of need a left back. Then again, we brought Jurasek from Slavia Praha, who can play left or right, but I don't know. I think that Benfica would be interesting. Nottingham Forest is, I don't know, it's kind of boring. And what was the other one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Benfica, Wolfsburg,
Then West Ham,
Nottingham
Burnley.
Forest, West Ham.
West Ham. Yeah.
West Ham, at least
What-
that's Europa League.
West Ham would make no sense. I don't see them buying
West Ham
a
would
five.
kill his career, bro.
I don't see them buying a 5'6" defender.
Yeah, I
They
don't
were
know.
linked
Not
with
David Moyes.
They were linked to it. It was just linked. They don't know if Aaron Cresswell's staying or not. So that was the reason why they were.
Oh, Cresswell, right?
Yeah. So they don't.
They
know.
were
I think
killing him.
I think he should go. I think he should go to Benfica because, like I said, I'm trying to see Kevin Paredes play more for Wolfsburg, the U.S. 20-year-old. So I'm trying to see him play more at Wolfsburg off the left. So, but yeah,
man.
Benfica would make sense. Benfica would
West
make
Ham would destroy him, bro. You know what Moyes is like, so let's not do that.
By the way,
Yeah,
ladies and gents, don't
Roger Schmidt plays 4-2-3-1 also. I know it's going to be different from a Pochettino version of a 4-2-3-1, but that
By the
would
way,
make
ladies and
sense.
gents, don't let Steve ever tell you he's a Newcastle fan. He's just a fan of football. He
For the
said,
love of the game.
our Benfica team, like he's saying, like he's a Benfica fan, and all this stuff.
I love
It's crazy,
Benfica.
man. You love all these teams, man.
I know about it too. I know about it. I don't just fucking talk shit. I know my
It's like you don't know the tibula from the fibula, man. So,
Hey, I don't know that.
Let's go ahead and we move to the next topic, which I want to discuss was this is happening. Yeah, I can't say I'm too surprised. I thought there was a chance they might stay the team, but no, it's happening. So AMPADU is getting the transfer. So let's go ahead. It's no here we go yet, but it's very much on its way. Leeds are in advanced talks to sign Ethan AMPADU on a permanent deal, coming from Graham Smith and Azar Cancella. And then the next tweet right here, Chelsea have inserted a future sell-on clause for Ethan AMPADU, but no buyback option, coming from Fabrizio Romano. I think it's good business. I don't think we're getting much for him. I think we're getting, what, 7 mil for him from this one?
It's plus add-ons.
Yeah.
And I think a sell-on clause.
Yeah, and there is a sell-on clause, which I think is smart to have. But I mean, I think no one's surprised by this. I think it was bound to happen. It's just one of those players that didn't work out, and not everyone in the squad is gonna make it. You know, not everyone that's a youth player is gonna make it into the Chelsea first team, which is, you know, rightfully so. I think that's how it should.
He's not a youth lad. He's 23 years old.
Hasn't he been here for 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah.
He's been abroad.
And he started at a really young team at a really young age too.
18 years old, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm considering, like a youth player. Like we got him at a young age.
He's
you know,
exactly
like he's not a
the
Cobham
thing.
boy.
He's exactly the thing I was talking about earlier. Buying the youth,
Gotcha.
not playing them, and selling them for a profit many years later.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not
the
much
word.
of a profit, but it's
a
you know,
huge
something.
profit. It's a huge profit.
You think so?
Marshall.
Wait, when did we get when we got AMPADU? What was the
£0,
conditions?
bro.
Like,
£0.
was it free?
Yes.
Was it free? Okay, so we did make profit. You're right, Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge profit on this. So.
And Marshall, you got to consider as well the loan fees we got for him.
True. That's actually true. Yeah.
Spezia, fucking
Venezia.
Leipzig, right? Or was it Salzburg?
No, not no, it was Leipzig.
But
It was Leipzig. Okay.
I said what I said when he was linked last week. He's come back. There's never ever any any clubs going in. Oh yeah, we got to go from. There's never any market for him apart from this one.
Mm-hmm.
There's never any people going. Yeah, there's no 5 or 6 clubs going. Yeah, we must sign AMPADU. You know what I mean, or something like that. So whatever people are telling me, yeah, he played well in his loan.
No, he didn't. At Spezia, he was mistake prone, riddled with mistakes. He had 1 or 2 good games.
Are you telling me Spezia couldn't agree? If Spezia really wanted him, they could have tried to bid for him or take on another.
They got relegated anyways. You know when AMPADU looked good? AMPADU looked good when Jakub Kivior was next to him in a back 3. That's when he looked better.
Just about to say that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Jakub Kivior, the Arsenal.
Arsenal TV.
The kid
Polish one.
who Arsenal bought from Spezia, the
yeah,
Polish.
sorry.
The guy that pocketed our terrible attack and then they gassed him up. You know that guy.
Yes.
Yes.
To be fair for Spezia, he did pocket Napoli for 92 minutes when they played. Spezia went away to Napoli earlier last year in the Serie A, and that's when Napoli were starting to kick everyone's ass. He did well that game, AMPADU and Kivior, but other than that, yeah, AMPADU
that's just a point.
Yeah,
that's just a point, by the way. Like if you ever see a comp of Kivior in the Premier League, 85% of it is that Chelsea game. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I like Kivior. He's one of the only decent Polish players.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying that is a low bar.
Yeah, no, I agree. They won't even play him much next year, which is
no, of course not.
It's annoying. I like it. I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I wish him the best if this move does go on. I think we'll see what happens. I think he's going to be a good player. I don't think we're really missing out on
Chelsea wrong, you know. You got to prove him wrong.
I don't see him as someone that's going to get Leeds back to the Premier League anytime soon. But hey, they made the transfer. That's their problem now.
I like that there is a sell-on clause though, in case he does, kick it and
I like that.
goes on for
why
to
not?
be a good player. Why not?
It was never this. I don't know why people were still hankering on that I was still holding out for hope that he was going to get given a chance. You know, guys, we stripped our midfield. He still wasn't going to be given a chance next season.
Yep.
It just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Right, it just was not happening. He plays
The club
better
was
for
already-
he plays better for Wales than he ever does for his club team.
Yes.
And the club was literally,
And you know who else that applies to? Harry Maguire.
and the club literally was already like trying to find tutors for him by the time the summer window opened. So
Well, I think it says it all. We're still trying to sell. We're still trying to sell mid. Well, we haven't got a lot of midfielders, and we're still selling them. It just says a lot, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean about what is in there? It says a lot that you are there, but you are not. You are not seen vital enough ahead of, like, say, a Caicedo, Santos, Chukwuemeka, stuff like that, who barely played last season. Do you know what I mean? So, good luck. Sorry it didn't work out, but move on now.
Yeah.
Oh no! Anyway,
And speaking of
Never
moving
got a spare
on,
chance, man.
let's talk about another player that hopefully moves on. But you know, we'll see what happens.
come on, Gallagher, mate,
Um,
my striker.
He's staying.
Strike. Okay.
You say
Conor Gallagher he did say striker. Conor Gallagher is being pursued by West Ham and Tottenham. Spurs have held talks over a move for the England international coming from Jacob Steinberg. They could not have picked a worse picture to put on for him.
No, that's a good one. It shows you
Yeah,
didn't get
hard
trouble with
work.
the ball.
Yeah, the
You know,
half
trouble with
turn.
the ball.
Yeah.
The half turn, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You got confused with
goodness.
the wrong Englishman right there.
Listen, I mean, I want to be fair to Gallagher and see what Poch can get out of him, but at the same time,
Scott was
I
here, he wouldn't
don't-
allow you that. So.
yeah, I get that.
I remember
get that.
going on. I remember going on Carefree Lewis's streams all this whole summer. They telling me, "Come get Gallagher. Come get Gallagher to Newcastle." It ain't happening, bro. It ain't
No,
happening.
you're signing
Sorry.
that for midfielders.
Huh?
I would.
Furs,
I
man,
would-
you guys actually have a brain.
Yeah, we got Tonali instead.
Gallagher as
Yeah.
a backup, I don't mind still, but like for 35 million or whatever, I would take it. 35, 40 million. I'm not going to really complain, but like
Club want at least 45.
45.
Yeah, I was about to ask how
You
much
could
is the club
maybe
want?
do all right at West Ham.
I'm saying sold as soon as possible. Then
I think West Ham would be a good move for him.
They should be going for Paulinho though instead. If they're looking at from there.
If they can get 35 plus 10,
Why don't we just do a deal with Fulham for Paulinho and give him Hudson-Odoi and Gallagher?
I've seen a few people talk
Mm.
shit about Paulinho for some reason. I don't know why.
That's
It's
ridiculous.
just
Horrific.
because of his age.
Yeah.
It is.
I
Remember,
think he's
20
good. I
28
think
is
he's
now
good.
very old in football.
Like on the ball, he's not like amazing, but bro, people overrate this on the ball shit. Like,
Well,
how
we know-
about a midfielder? Like, you don't have to be incredible off the ball if you're holding mid. If you're meant to just put in tackles, interceptions, and do bare bones basics at a high level.
Gallagher's a golden retriever on crack. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's just he's on Zoom. He's on Zoom Central every time he does the Zoomies. He's got no control whatsoever. He's hyperactive all the time.
works hard.
But
He'll fetch.
the
He'll
problem is,
fetch.
with our midfield options at the moment, as they are, I don't. Unless someone hits that 45 million, I really don't see him going. Given our options at this moment in time, we need to. For him to be allowed to go, you would need to bring in Caicedo and another midfielder.
Thing is, in this system though, like the only place that would be even remotely acceptable to play him would be as that backup 10. But we're looking at Cherky, so I don't exactly know how that lines up.
But Jack can also play on the right.
Sheikhi plays right way.
Yeah, so he can be, Checking can play on the right as well. And if you
Or
are
left.
reading up, if you're
Mostly
reading
right.
on the fair enough. If you're
I mean,
reading like, the report,
unless we're going to be trying Gallagher in the pivot part 2, in which case end the season.
probably is. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. But I do also
End the
know-
season.
I do also think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because Poch has been playing apparently the wing is narrow in pre-season training from what's been reported from people that have been there. I wouldn't be surprised if if Chaka was to play a bit more centrally and then you had it's almost like a 3 but like inside here fullbacks are doing the wide stuff essentially.
Hmm.
Come on, man.
I was gonna say about can't Cherky also play as a 10?
Yeah, but
I've
we were
seen
talking about
maybe a few games for Lyon where he plays as a 10. Very
I think
few
you
games.
might. I don't know if you agree or anyone agrees. If there was a 10 situation with Nkunku where he was like rotated or rested, I see them actually playing more of a Sterling there than anything, or like a false something like that, or if say Nicholas, it depends if we don't get another forward and Nico Jackson is rotated or something, you push Nkunku further up or play Sterling just behind or something like that. Maybe I don't know. I'm just guessing.
To be fair, with this Wahi news, if it is true that we might have to bring him to the club rather than to Strasbourg, then it might look like Broja might be on his way out.
Have we discussed Wahi? Because I've got off-field concerns about this guy.
The off-field concerns I can actually address. Actually,
Okay, good.
I can't too.
Let's bring up Mr. Wahi. Okay, hold on. Boom and boom. All right,
And I'd
let's
like
do
to
this.
hear Steve thinks of him as well, because I've never heard of him. So
Yeah, I know not really much about him at all. Okay, so discussions are progressing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'm there sometimes.
I'm a football savant these days. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen.
I'm a football savant around here, man. You know what I'm saying?
The channel is called Casually FC, not hardcore casually Chelsea fan, or not hard. No, hey, that's so contradictory. Not hardcore Chelsea.
You can be a casually hardcore fan, though, can you not?
That's sort of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Hardcore Ligue 1 fan, which is what I am.
Yeah, hardcore casually Chelsea
hardcore. What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. I'm concerned now. But that's going to be the second channel, okay, when we make it. So anyways, discussions are progressing well between Chelsea and Montpellier for Wahi.
Whoa. You need to repronounce that.
Montpellier?
No, Montpellier. Just act like the T doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Montpellier.
Listen, you want me to start talking on your behalf, Versky? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make fun of you when you fumble now. Okay, go on.
Listen, discussions are progressing well between Chelsea and Montpellier for Elliot Wahi. Chelsea hope to complete a deal with him this week, with the forward likely to join RC.
Hesitation.
All right, next tweet, Ahmed. Let's go.
Chelsea are planning a bid for Montpellier striker Elliot Wahi and intend to initially loan him on Strasbourg if they are successful in their
to Strasbourg.
No, it's in Strasbourg.
I love how people say Strasbourg, not Strasbourg.
All right, next one. Anything else you got for me, buddy?
No, that's it. You tell me the rest of Wahi, because I don't know shit about him. To be honest, guys, I don't know.
Okay, so the stuff.
There was rumors that came up earlier in the week, and then they just completely collapsed. So I don't know what's happening with this guy.
Listen, just like Safa, I was like, I remembered some of the stuff from like the Molina stuff. I was like, ooh, hey, is that true?
Yeah.
I say it, and then apparently it's come out that it's not actually him. It was his actual cousin that they were mentioning, because like the similar names apparently, and it's not him. That's the person. So it seems that he's actually the clean. It's other family members that have been used to his matches.
Right. Okay. But
so at the end of the day, he's scored around about 19 to 20 goals. He's been playing on a Montpellier team that's been all right, to say the least. You know, they've been all right. He'll be good, but you know, if he's not, again, I think for me, this is my theory. Apparently, like I saw Alex Goldberg say this, but it's looking like Broja might be going West Ham.
I saw that.
So it's looking like if it's true that Broja is going West Ham, and it would also make sense as to why did we leave this guy? You know. Back in, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, why do we leave him if that's the case? So if it's looking like he's going to West Ham, and then this guy initially wanted to bring him to Strasbourg, but now it's looking like he's going to come back to Chelsea.
How old is he?
He's 20 years old, bro. 19, 20.
He's 20s. Well. So he's younger than Jackson.
Exactly.
Yes.
So it's looking like Jackson might be the striker, and this guy might be his backup.
So I hate to do this. I really do. What's his playing style like familiar to? If we're English, for fans who don't watch it.
I'm terrible at player comparisons, so I got no idea.
Okay, so what? Okay, so Steve,
I'll give you what FB
I'm asking Steve. He's watched him. I'm asking Steve. What are his strengths and what are his weaknesses in your opinion?
Strengths are his speed, finishing with both feet, Aerial prowess. He's very good at linking up, especially with I think Wahi and who was the kid's name? Nodan had a very good connection with him, and Teji Sevigny as well, who is a fantastic player, but he'll never leave Montpellier. I think those are his strengths. I think he's intelligent. I think, good with both feet, good finisher, quick with both feet in terms of, I don't know how to describe it really. I like him a lot. I think one of the weaknesses is possibly, it's hard because the sample size really only one season and he's been on fire. So I'm trying to think of when he had kind of an off game, even if he might have scored. But yeah, he's got a lot of I'm a massive fan of his. Absolutely massive. Good player, man. Good player. And I think considering, think about it like this. How many fucking 19-year-olds, if they were scoring 19 goals in the Premier League for 27 million, it would be double or triple that. Imagine if there's a 19-year-old in the Premier League scoring 19 goals. And then you look at the fact that Ligue 1 forwards actually historically translate to the Premier League very well, to be honest. So it's a gamble worth taking for what? I think it was 27 million. You guys were linked with them for. So I think that's
27.7.
Yeah, that's worth a shot in my opinion. That's definitely worth a shot.
I was actually going to ask this question. Do we know what kind of transfer to West Ham it's going to be?
No.
Last year when they bid for him, it was 30 something.
30 million. Yeah,
but that was a permanent move they wanted him for.
I'm thinking it's going to be north of 40 because of the long contract with Adams.
30 plus 10.
I hope
the only issue I have with that is he's coming back from an injury, so they might not be able to get that much because he's coming back from an is it ACL or MCL? He's coming back.
It's ACL.
ACL. So he's coming back from ACL. He had that one season at Southampton where he started well, but like most young players, when they're overplayed, they fall off. By the end of the season. I don't know. Like I said, it was weird that they didn't take him because he's back in training. So you know what I mean? He was back. It's not like. You know what I mean?
You have the picture. You have the picture that Marshall of like him, Ziyech, and Aubameyang actually they were training together, and like Ziyech.
Oh, I did see that. See that.
So
I'll try to find it.
But yeah, I actually think we can do a bit of leverage when it comes to Broja because obviously they've just got like 105 million. Like
but we're not going. The issue is
I really don't think it's permanent. I hope it's not a permanent.
We can't be stupid with it. Like Arsenal.
Fair enough. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he's not. First of all, he's not worth that. Second of all, he's got the injury still on him, so we might have to accept. It depends what they're willing to accept. Because remember, he's going to be a huge profit anyway, no matter what he's sold for on the books, because he's come through the academy. So he's going to be huge profit again. Which would make sense if he's going, that the Wahi stuff has come up today. And it also makes sense on his part that why would he, no offence, but why would he want to go to Strasbourg if Chelsea are calling?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless it's like, oh, we're just on loan here and then you come back next season. But then what happens next season if we get whatever and we're looking for a big striker or something like that? Do you know what I mean? Then his options become limited. So.
I don't think he'll end up at Strasbourg. I think if you guys buy him, I think him and Nico Jackson will be the guys you rotate.
It'd have to be, won't it? It'd have to be. They're the only ones, I
was just gonna say quickly, because like I know Surf wanted like a similar player type, Apparently,
I don't like to, but
I understand. So you haven't watched Openda, so I can't give you that one. But apparently,
I love Luis Openda.
What did you say to me?
Openda.
Isn't that arithmetic formula? PEMDAS.
Did you just say
Louis Openda?
Louis Openda. He was playing at Lens, but now he's gone to.
He said yours in French.
But like the most English example they've given is like Callum Wilson. But like Callum Wilson when he had pace.
Creative finisher.
Yeah.
Good link up play.
That kind of the injury record.
There's not an injury record in it. I'm saying, but Gucci.
you imagine that guy?
You know what's
Sorry,
crazy?
Side note. Can you imagine if he didn't have an injury record, he'd actually be probably one of the most highest goal scorers in the league.
Yes, I know. You would be scoring like 10 games,
Scored
and then, like
18.
boom, injured.
Bro, he scored 18 for us last
Right,
year.
you had and he was injury hit season as well.
Yeah.
He could have got near to 30.
Actually, last year wasn't as bad. Isak was the guy who had the long injury. But well, let me double check. You might be right.
I did find some more details, by the way, here, boys. Chelsea are set to make a bid of 32 million euros, including add-ons for Montpellier's Wahi. They want to loan him to RC Strasbourg. However, Wahi is not of this perspective currently. Discussions will be continuing in the coming.
No, I like that. He doesn't want to go like that. It's not about Strasbourg just going out on loan generally. He thinks he's got the talent to make it, and you know what? There's not a lot of competition. There's only Jackson as competition. He's unknown. Then I back it. It'd be different if we had like a Tony or a Vlahovic or something on there. You might go, well, actually, I'll go out on loan for a season just to.
Would y'all take Embuemo?
Brentford.
Because I think he is criminally underrated.
He's more of a winger, isn't he?
Well, they play two up top with him and Tony.
But he must.
But he can play on the wing too. I think he does for.
I don't think Embuemo is a lone striker, so I probably wouldn't.
Okay. That's fair enough.
I like him. He's a good player, though. I really like him.
Yeah, he's a handful.
I am concerned with what's going to happen with Broja. I listen. Next to Kai Havertz, Broja's my second. You know, I like Broja a lot. So I'm hoping it's just a loan, for him to really recover from that knee injury. But if it's a permanent, I mean, 40 mil doesn't seem that bad, to be honest.
It's pure profit as well. I know I don't.
Exactly.
I really hate discussing it, but the club, you have to look at it from the club's point of view as well. It's with financial fair play, because now we're into the new financial year as well. As well, to have that as well means it will go under this year's books and it will help us even more. And you know what they say about the academy and stuff like that. Any type of transfer like that, it's even more than just a regular transfer coming in. So I would listen. If it happens, it happens. And if he goes on and does well, then he goes on and does well.
But if it happens, are you guys a little concerned though? Because now, like, not only are we a little scarce in the midfield department, now we're looking a little scarce in the striker department. We just got rid of Aubameyang, and now there's rumors about Broja. We're really.
But if the Wahi thing's real, and he wants to come in, and that's part of the deal, we go, yeah, well, okay, you can come in, then. Yes, still, because they're both unknown.
Scarce.
But maybe that's a good thing because they're unknown to the Premier League players as well. So it's not how do you scout? How do you scout for them?
There's that X factor.
So I agree with you that it is scarce, and midfield is where we are really scarce. As well. That is the most scarce. That's the one bit I am worried about.
Defensively, you guys are looking fine.
We need to start cooking in the midfield department. I told you that. I was telling Marshall just before the show started that, bro. Like, it's been a month now, lads. You know, less than 3 weeks left. I would really like to be bringing in the midfielders that we need as soon as possible, in my opinion. But
I think for the Chelsea fan base, I've said this consistently. If the Caicedo deal is completed, there's a lot of relief. You'll hear a collective like that from the Chelsea fan base. Whether then what they'll do is we'll give them a bit of leeway to bring in someone else because you've got the main target himself.
Exactly.
On the list, Caicedo is not only in bold _, he's laminated on that list in terms of the list, right? That we need.
Capital letters.
And the rest are like, there's no rest. They're just question marks. It just if it pops up. So you get that done. A lot of relief. Let's see. In training, it's reported he's been playing more Santos and Caicedo deep like that in training. Of course, it's only training, so we don't know. So let's see. I prefer, but then again, the midfield. When you talk about midfield options, everyone goes, we don't want the youngsters, but let's bring Lavia in, and it's like, well,
exactly, youngster.
Lavia's not 25. He's like
Caicedo, 21 as well.
I guess the thing with Lavia, because I did say that. The thing with Lavia, I just feel like There's what, 2 seasons in the Premier League?
One.
Just one?
Just one.
Yeah, because
Jesus,
they got
man.
him from Man City's
Yeah.
academy, Southampton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought he was in Southampton last season for whatever reason.
Well, technically,
okay.
you're right. 'Cause last season was 22-23. So you're technically.
I meant the season before that. But
Yeah.
But on the topic of actually I forgot the topic that the key word I was looking for, but it doesn't matter because I wanted to bring this next topic up, which is this guy, questionable guy. Okay,
Is that how you
let's
spell his
just-
name? Come on, bro. Is that how you spell his name?
Hutchinson or Hutchinson?
Oh, it's Hutchinson.
What?
I could have
I was like,
sworn.
who is
I thought there was
right.
listen. I thought there was a G in there. Okay, it's the American in me.
Man. Honestly, man, you're a
Hey,
funny guy,
man.
man. You always make me laugh. Honestly, bro.
I do my best, okay? Let's go ahead and talk about Hutchinson, okay? Omari. Chelsea's talent, Omari. In concrete and advanced talks to join Ipswich Town
Yes.
on loan,
Yeah.
as called by the Chelsea Spot CFC. Conversations will continue this week amid interest from several clubs. Do you guys have are you guys convinced that this guy could do something at Chelsea? I don't know. Like,
No.
I don't mean
I
to
got
be
no
like
idea.
I don't mean to sound ableist or anything. I don't mean
on me marching, bro.
maybe I don't mean to sound ableist or anything, but like I saw him play under Potter, and I think the height and the physicality, he's got the Billy Gilmore issue.
Bro,
it's
he's going
just
to,
like-
I'm telling you right now, unless he does something unique, it's going to be an AMPADU situation with this guy. I can see it right now.
Mm.
I
We got
honestly,
him from a free, right, or from Arsenal?
well, yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, and that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Unless there's a unique situation where they're given a chance and they perform outstanding, stuff like that, then most of these guys, or they do well on loan and then come back into the team. Most of these guys, you're not going to see. So Murray Hutchinson, unfortunately, may be one of those where he goes out on loan for the next 2 or 3 years, and hopefully does well there, and someone will pick him up maybe from the Premier League next season or something like that and pay. That would be the thing. I just don't see him starting for us unless something really mad happens. So
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I'm a little concerned because I heard so much hype around this guy when he first came in.
I think it was just because we signed him from Arsenal. That was the only thing.
Yeah, just to get back at them guys, really.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Anything
No,
that
no,
triggers the gal is worth it. So
No, but that's the thing. It's like any Arsenal fans coming on like we took Murray Hutchinson. It was a wrong move, wasting his career. You guys weren't going to start him either. Do you know what I mean? So they're not like you guys were going to ever start him in Arsenal. He was never going to start.
Wait a minute.
You know.
Okay, I'm delayed on this. I am delayed on this, but
What?
I mean, is there anything else to talk about Omari Hutchinson? Because I don't.
No.
We'll
No,
see
he's
what's
not
gonna
ready.
happen with the kid. I don't think he's ready either. So we'll move from that. But let me go ahead and set up this tweet, or not even a tweet, official announcement made by Chelsea that I overlooked. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Boom. Yeah, AMPADU's done. I didn't realize it. It's
done. Yeah, it's done today.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, 7 million plus
It's-
add-ons, and Chelsea get a sale on percentage
Yeah.
for the next time that he.
Okay, so all that's confirmed pretty much. I thought it was just like the breakout rumor that came out,
No,
but no, it's done. Chelsea have officially announced it and everything. So, I mean, good for AMPADU. Congrats. Hopefully, you get the playtime and development that you deserve, and hopefully you do well, man.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Didn't
yeah,
work out.
I
Yeah.
didn't-
See you later.
I did not see this. I was looking for the lineup for tonight's game. Which, by the way, if anyone gets that lineup,
No, it's not yet. It's
send it-
come.
yeah.
It's due to come out any minute now. It's due to come.
Yeah,
out
how
any
is
like-
it not out yet? The game starts at that in like a half hour.
Wrexham's one's already been released.
Hey, I wonder if people will pick up the lineup that they do in a regular season.
Leaking.
I mean, to be honest, like you kind of already know what the lineup is.
I can't believe he's not starting.
What? Nkuku's not starting? Oh my God! What happened to Angel Gomez?
One player that people can't believe that he said these things. This man's a snake, people. Another Chelsea snake.
Another one.
That's not a snake, man. Let's move on, bro. That's not even a snake.
He's not even a worm.
Snake.
He was alone.
I know, but people feel so deceived because he said this. Exclusive. You know what, Ahmed? You read this, man. You said you were going to read. Go.
Exclusive. Joao Felix statement on his future. I'd love to play for Barca. Barcelona has always been my first choice, and I'd love to join Barca. It was always my dream since I was a kid. If it happens, it will be a dream come true to me. For me, sorry, not to you.
Like, why is this?
I called this.
I
called this, by the way, that he's going to go to Barca. I called.
You know what? You know,
I don't know
but
if he's going to go to Barca.
No, it's
no, he definitely is.
Yeah, Manu Ciaz has confirmed.
Marshall, do you stop watching the news like 2 days before you do this stream or something?
Well, it's Joao Felix. Why do I care? He's not a Chelsea player, you know. And to be fair, I did make the show. I did make the show. Like by the time you guys are waking up, I was still working on the show. So I had a late night. But regardless, like, okay, he's joining Barca. Why do people care? Why do Chelsea fans care?
Right?
Because apparently
the positionless wonder.
I'll tell you why. It's because he forgot to change his social media from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid, and everyone interpreted. He forgot. So I'll repeat that. He forgot to change it from Chelsea to Atletico, and everyone interpreted that as he's proper Chelsea. Yeah. No, he forgot to change it. This is a guy playing for Atletico who has a Chelsea bio who said he wants to go to Barcelona. Make it make sense.
Mm-hmm. This guy is just like 2 ballers who we got rid of this summer, right? 12 ballers. Mm-hmm. He's approaching 24, going on 25, and people still don't know his best position and what he does. You know what I mean? Everyone gets fooled by this guy when he does little fancy tricks that don't go anywhere, or he does a little dribble that doesn't go anywhere. Do you know what I mean? It's just, honestly, you would have this guy is the ultimate what I call luxury player. You can afford to have him in your team if the rest of your team is an absolute banging team. Like, I have no doubt if he went to Man City, he'd do very well. But that's only because the rest of the team are very good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just don't. I think this guy flatters to deceive. Steve would have watched Atletico Madrid more. It's not how come then Atletico Madrid become more attacking and start playing better after this guy moves on? Huh? So, and you know, you can say what you want about Bundesliga attacks, but I think Nkunku looks and is far better player than this guy is.
Because you know why? It's so simple. It's because Nkunku, he brings to the table things that are concrete. Nothing about Joao Felix. This guy doesn't have a position. This guy doesn't have a role in the team. He just has attributes and skill.
Yeah.
Oh, guys,
that's it.
I'm gonna line up.
He's a Portuguese Alan St. Maximin.
No, I'll set the screen 1 second. 1 second.
Amari Hutchinson starts.
Oh my god. He was on that lineup, right? He was on that.
Yeah, this is the lineup, man. Can you please, you know?
Yeah, I'm working on it. Goddamn, Ahmed. Go ahead.
Have you not got a joke yet, bro? This is not the
Malangsa. Oh my. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? He's in the squad?
Malangsa's in the squad?
Oh, you troll.
Fuck off, man. Wasting my time here. Jesus Christ. Get out of here, bro. Ridiculous, man.
Yo, it's too late, man.
He got you.
It's too late.
I am changing my redirect to another channel.
No, don't do that.
Fuck this, man. You guys don't want to go to a phony like Ahmed. Go to the real. Go to Carefree Lewis, okay? Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my days. Well, when the lineup comes out, someone show it to me, and I'll actually read it before I fucking put it on.
It had the little lion with the American flag, so I looked at it and was like, "Oh, I assume this is it." Fuck it. Oh my
days.
That's funny. Oh.
Got him.
Right.
Got him.
Okay. Well,
We
let's
got
move
caught,
on to
Marshall.
the-
We got caught in 144p, bro.
You know who else is getting caught in 144p? This man, Caicedo. All right, let's talk about Caicedo. Let's see what's
He's
going
staying
on.
at Brighton. That's what I think.
Things are heating up. Things are heating up. Go ahead.
I'm actually gonna have
Yeah,
to
do your
head
thing.
out now.
Set up, and we'll meet you there. Okay.
All right, Bursky.
Jesus Christ. All right, Caicedo. Let's talk about Caicedo. Jacob's Ben reporting. Moises Caicedo is really unhappy. An agreement has not been reached so far, and is ready to push for the move if he has to. Furthermore, oh no, wrong window. Furthermore, we have another tweet here. Caicedo's camp is going to assist on a move. The player feels disrespected, and it will be told Brighton. It'll be told to Brighton again today. And I could probably understand why he feels disrespected, but we'll get to that point in a minute. Moises Caicedo has his heart set on a move to Chelsea, and sources have confirmed Caicedo's head will not be turned despite interest from elsewhere. There is a genuine belief in Chelsea that Brighton will eventually accept £80 million for Caicedo. It's coming from Bobby Vincent. Moving on, we have here Caicedo had an offer last week, or Chelsea had an offer last week, rejected by Brighton. £65 million plus £5 million add-ons. This is according to Nathan Gissing. Going forward, the Moises Caicedo situation is complicated by Brighton's desire to sign Chelsea defender Levi Colwill. Chelsea intend for him to be part of Mauricio Pochettino's first team squad for the upcoming campaign. David Ornstein and Andy Naylor reporting there. Brighton, you're not going to get Levi Colwill. Okay, but we move. Sources have suggested Chelsea could end up paying Brighton near £100 million with add-ons, with the main portion being £80 million coming from Jacob Steinberg. And then Brighton assured, and this is the part where I think this is why he feels disrespected. Brighton assured Moises Caicedo that he would leave this summer if bids came in around Arsenal's January bid of £70 million or something of a similar level. Declan Rice's transfer to Arsenal for £105 million has made Brighton rethink. And then lastly, Marco Corella freely discussing this in his conference. I think he wants to come. I've read in the media lots of times. I have a good relationship with him. He is a good midfielder. And if he comes, I think we have a top midfielder for a long time. I can see Caicedo being frustrated. I think there's one more tweet, actually, I forgot. Let me add this in here. Caicedo is set to hold face-to-face talks with Brighton following latest rejected bid. Caicedo's agent is ready to attend if he is needed, and this is going to be happening in the United States as well, I believe. So I get where Caicedo's coming from. I think when he was told if a reasonable offer does come for you, I think Brighton had £80 million in mind. And now because of this whole Declan Rice thing, they feel like they can up the price. Do I think we're going to find a compromise? I think so. But I do think Brighton is being a little unfair in this whole negotiation.
I personally don't, because Marshall, do you want me to tell you who else was promised that?
Harry Kane?
Yes. You do not treat a handshake agreement like it is legally binding or anything.
Yes, like a contract is legally binding.
It's stupid. Yeah. Anyone can go back on that.
In the business world, it's naive.
He's an idiot. He signed a contract in January after his appeal failed.
And if I remember correctly, Kane also tried to force the move, right? He didn't attend the training.
Supposedly,
there was excuses.
He didn't put a transfer request in. If you want to force the move, put a transfer request.
Yeah. And that's what Caicedo, if he really wants to do that.
You force a transfer request, it means you give up on financially on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that.
Yeah.
But you're an idiot. Your agent. Blame your agent. Should have done a better job.
And now your agent's scrambling because now, he wants to get the Chelsea contract because he'll get a nice bonus and all that. Bro, Brighton hold all the deck of cards.
Right.
Yeah.
That's straight up how it is.
I've been saying too. This is what I've been saying too.
Brighton have the negotiating power because number one, look at your midfield depth. Look at it.
Yep.
Number two, he just signed a contract.
Yep.
Number three, we're in an era where you can get a lot of money for players, a lot of money. And there's inflation, and then there's inflation plus just footballing, economics, and whatever. So they've got three things over you. I would not be surprised if he stays at Brighton.
No, I
Well,
think
this
it'll
is-
get done. I think it'll get done. So Chelsea have got to realise
For 100 million or maybe 90 plus 10.
it'll be
or
like, I think it'll either be
95 plus
I think
5.
it'll be 85 plus 10 or something like that. What Chelsea got to realise is it's not a buyer's market, which you've proven yourself by the way you've sold players. It's not the buyer's market, it's a seller's market. Plus, the desperation of us is there because of the position that we need to fill, and we are not linked to. We're not linked to anyone else. He's the only one there, so I would presume we might see colossal movement because we are playing them on Saturday, I think, as well. So we're both in the Saturday. So I could see it getting done, but I think this is one transfer because if you look at all the other buys this summer, I think there'll be, in terms of how much we pay, there'll be the sort of lower fees in terms of like, this is our only big outlay, I think, this summer. I really do. At the moment, there's something changes in the goalkeeping department or something like that. I think this is the only the biggest summer. And you know what? It's a desperate need. It's a desperate need. If we don't get this guy, on top of my head, I have no idea who we get.
Salis Abdul Samid would be the first guy I would think of from Lens. Ghanaian, 23 years old. Similar.
Sometimes I think you make up names.
Who does he play for?
Lens in France.
I don't know who that is. That would be if he's
Same, Andrew.
I don't. No one knows. No one knows who that is unless you're linked to the club. No one knows. No. People who don't watch a lot of football only watch their team in the English league. I don't have any idea who that is until they're linked to the club. So like that's why it's name value.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would not be surprised if you're linked with him soon. I'm surprised he isn't linked with.
Or Caicedo's got to force the move. Caicedo's got to put in a
transfer request.
You know you're going to get massive. Even now, you're going to get a huge wage increase when you join us. Massive, huge wage increase. Like it'll be like probably 3 or 4 times what you're making because you only got bumped up. I say, how much did you get bumped to? What, 15? Was it 15 grand or 30 grand or something like that at Brighton, something like that? It wasn't like 100 grand he was moved up to. You're get 3 or 4 times, probably 5 times as much. So force the move, knowing that you're going to get that. Put a transfer request in, make them go, yeah, okay. I'm not. I'm here, but I'm not going to play or something like that. You're going to have to do that. If you want
I mean,
to
there are rumors that he's going to put one in. So
to be fair, he does like playing for Brighton, though. So even if he does end up staying, it's I think maybe the next summer he'll move. But I know what you mean.
I just think Chelsea just need to. Now it's going into the realms of now we're nearing the end of July. Mm-hmm. Now it's becoming more. It's the move for him is desperate now.
And Brighton know that, and hence why the price is the price.
Right. So it's either you pay it, or if you don't pay 100, then just give him a huge lump sum up front. Like say, go here's 55, 60 million pounds up front. The rest we can get done by like West Ham are doing with Arsenal. Get done within 18 months, and then it's completed. Just do that. You are going to have to. The Colwill thing's just a non-starter. They're gonna sign some guy called Igor, I believe, a defender they were linked to.
Igor from Fiorentina.
Yeah, the Colwill thing's not happening.
He's good.
They should stop. People at the Brighton press should stop even making that a story anymore. He's not going to Brighton. Okay, so it's just not happening. So that is not part of the deal. The only thing holding this up now is how much we're willing to pay. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of players stuck in a transfer, I think it's a good way to.
Oh God, you're gonna talk about. Oh God, it's Lukaku time. Yeah.
Really?
Let's discuss Lukaku. Okay. All right, David Ornstein. Romelu Lukaku has landed in London to train as planned today. Chelsea work with reps Rock Nation and lawyer Sebastian Ledoux continues to sort future. 30-year-old's preference, Juve, depends on Vlahovic. Saudi interest strong, plus Inter unclear. No, Inter is very clear.
Inter is not. No, Inter is not. No.
Inter is very clear on how they feel about it.
But how old's that? How old's the tweet Marshall was showing us? You know what I mean? Because
past 24 hours.
Okay.
The one who this is from Inter. Inter Milan grew ultra. The ultras of Inter
Curva Nord. Yeah.
Had a very good few words to say to Lukaku. I wish we did
fire. This. It's fire. This is fire.
Yeah. I wish we said this, but okay. Let's.
We don't have ultras.
Exactly.
We have proper Chelsea. Don't we have the Chelsea trust, the players trust or whatever?
No, Marshall. Ultras are like derived from like English hooliganism, so we don't want that anyway, really.
Well, no, it started at Hajduk Split in 1969. But anyways, we'll fucking whatever. Just read it.
The one who betray you will do it again, not because it tastes good, but because it goes into his forgiveness. Yeah, because you, Romelu Lukaku, betrayed all of us, who defended you with a sword during your period. Not. We defended you when the fans of the team that looked for you, laughed at you. Now you pay back with a stabbing worthy of the best Bruto. I don't what does that mean? You kissed the emblem that is worth more than our lives, and now you are selling yourself to the highest bidder as a cheap mercenary. He is a fucking mercenary. Before you can be champion, you have to be a man, and you're not one. Yo, let's go. Fucking bars. Bars.
Inter, hold that.
Inter fans again, never on the statement, never see each other again, Lukaku. You have betrayed all of us. We always defended you in difficult moments. Now you give us a stab. You are selling yourself to the highest bidder after kissing our badge. You are not a real man. And more here from Fabrizio. Juve director Giantoli on Lukaku. We are in the initial stage of gathering information on everyone. At the moment, we are betting very strongly on Vlahovic, Chiesa, Keane, and Milik. Fans don't want him. We're not worried about the consequences of something that doesn't exist now.
That four selection of strikers is absolutely fucking awful. Because not the Chiesa is awful. It's he's not a striker. Because they're going to be playing 5-3-2 next year, or 3-5-2, whatever the fuck. That's going to be gross to watch. If it wasn't,
that's why Lukaku's going there. Okay.
Yes, because he's a two up top merchant, basically. Yep. I think he should go.
I heard he was multifaceted. My bad.
What?
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
And the last tweet here. With Inter no longer being possible a destination for Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku, he may soften his stance on moving to Saudi Arabia with Al Hilal's proposal still on the table. Dude, just do it. Just do it. I mean, sure, if Juve can work out, fine, but that's depending on Juve can sell.
Go to some Saudi club and then go to the rival. Just do what you always do. You know, just go.
But you can watch
the other fan base.
You can watch the Chelsea game on the Chelsea app. You can watch on.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, and plus
all the games will be free on there, so you can watch them on there.
Nice.
That is the lineup, by the way.
Yeah. Coming, Gusto, Chalaba, Humphreys, Cucurella. Huh? Santos, Cassidy, Moreira, Chukwuemeka, Matson. Oh, it's fourth back. Okay.
Yes.
For a second.
I thought it
was five. Yeah. Marshall, this is pretty much the team that trained the other day. It's bang on.
Yeah.
Except Cummings in goal, the rest of it's bang on.
It's a very interesting lineup.
Matson as a winger is interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking about. Matson as a left winger.
I mean, it's a friendly. You may as well see.
I mean, he played as a left wing back last season, so
yeah,
it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah, because left wing back, you got to get way up.
Yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
Hey, no Lukaku, but
you just can't be playing a motherfucker like Pulisic as a wing back. That guy's a left winger.
But yeah, what else is there to say about this whole Lukaku situation? There's really not much.
I mean, Anakin
he's
Skywalker.
a piece of shit.
He's Anakin Skywalker. That's literally what he is. He turns to the dark side and then goes and kills some fucking kids with his lightsaber. That's what fucking Anakin Skywalker does. I don't know. It's either this guy is mentally ill or he just does it on purpose.
I just think he's very egotistical and he's very oblivious to how he appears.
No, he's not oblivious at all. No. You can't be no. Marshall, we're talking about
to ruin his own. I mean,
it's not oblivious. He's calculated. It's not oblivious. He's calculated.
Well, he ruined his own transfer pretty much.
He doesn't care.
To you. Oh, okay.
He doesn't care. He's a serial badge kisser.
You know who is oblivious to what they say, Marshall? And if you follow NBA, you'll get this. Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is oblivious to what he says. Because he's like, I want to win a championship somewhere.
But this is the thing, though, Steve. Like, how does this benefit him?
He doesn't care.
How does this benefit Lukaku?
Doesn't matter. It's all about the money and where he feels more comfortable.
That's what I mean. Like,
it benefits. He doesn't care. He doesn't care the ramifications as long as he is fine with it. He doesn't care. That's the whole thing. It suits him because he doesn't care. The only thing, which is fine. I don't mind. I don't mind that. It's a job. I keep reminding people it's a job to these guys. The job. It's not it's not a family thing or something. It's a job. Mm-hmm. He's going to look after himself, which he should do. Okay. And what was that?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Yeah, but he's going to look after. He's going to look after himself, and he should do. He should look after. I have no issue with it whatsoever. So.
I just can't wait till we're rid of this player. Never again. Regret it.
Yeah.
I don't want to negotiate with Inter ever again, and I also never want to negotiate with Brighton after this ever again because this Brighton situation is also being annoying as fuck. Not as bad as Inter, but still.
Trust me, you'll be after Julio and Ciso in 12 months. I guarantee it.
I hope not. I hope you're wrong.
I guarantee. Or Buonanotte. Or fucking Jeremy Sarmiento. You'll be after one of them. Because this is what Brighton do. They just produce bangers nonstop. But maybe Lukaku should go to like Brentford or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Now his ego would never allow him to do that. That actually would work if they played two up top. Him and Mbuemo, that's not fun to play against. If you're playing against a Lukaku that has actually bothered to care to actually play, but I don't know.
Exactly.
Not my problem.
Yeah, you're lucky it's not your problem. You get to
don't send him to Strasbourg. We can
send him over to Newcastle, hopefully. But all right. That being said, ladies and gents, we're going to call it right here. We're also going to send you over to Ahmed's channel, The Bridge. By the way, thank you so much for the new member. Now we have another emoji unlocked. EE, big up to you, brother. Welcome to the casuals. But also, go ahead, copy and paste that raid message. We're going to go over to Ahmed's channel. He's doing a watch along, I guess. I'm assuming he's doing a watch along.
He is,
yeah. So, go ahead, show him some love. Subscribe to his channel, smash his like button, do all the things you got to do. You guys already know what to do. Copy and paste that raid message, spam it in his chat, let him know where you're coming from. But that being said, smash the like button on here because did we hit 2K today? Did we hit 2K? Are we close?
One off.
Oh my God. Someone who's watching right now who is not fucking subscribed. Just subscribe.
Hold on. Hit 2K. Let me go. Okay? I have a burner account or two. Give me
if you got the burners, just use the burners. You remember,
use the burners.
Just the burners. Remember, listen, you don't have to turn notifications on even for your burners. You know what I mean? Just your main one.
Jesus Christ, people. You're killing me here. But that being said, smash the like button. It does help out the algorithm. It does help out the channel's growth.
There you
and all
go.
that fun stuff. Any type of engagement is great. And also, we did hit 2,000 subscribers. Let's go.
Hey, fucking minerals, pup.
Yeah,
Let's
I hope
go.
he subscribed. I hope he subscribed when he messages. If that was him, by the way.
Thank you guys for 2K. We'll be planning a 2K celebration stream very soon. So keep your bell notification on so you don't miss out on that. It's going to be a fun one. Be sure to check out the links below for everyone's channels, Discord, all that fun stuff. It'll be there. We're probably watching the game on Discord too as well. So you can join us for that as well. And also, be sure to check out the comments below, other memberships as well. The more memberships we get, the more emojis, the more fun perks, and all that fun stuff. But guys, sending you over to the bridge, and I hope you guys enjoy your time there. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace out. Stay casual.
Peace.